Hello and welcome to Quests and Queers, a Dungeons and Dragons campaign that is as gay as possible. It's a special focus on LGBTQ, etc. players, characters, stories, and whatever else we can shoehorn in. This is our third episode, technically, if you count episode 0, our very rough around the edges pilot. And behold, new graphics! Look around at all of the graphics.
We're beautiful.
It's wonderful.
I'm stuck in a box.
And you can see our logo designed by C4 Studios. Yeah, Quests and Queers. We're going to be live. We're not live quite yet. Still getting over some technical hurdles. We'll be live on twitch.tv/questsandqueers, youtube.com/questsandqueers, Facebook, Twitter, all of the social medias. You can find us, or you can look up Toronto Gamers. That's gamers with a Y. We will also, Quests and Queers will also be available as an audio podcast, wherever you download your podcasts. Quests and Queers Quests and Queers may contain mature subject matter, fantasy violence, and coarse language. If those things might upset you, viewer discretion is advised. Quests and Queers is in partnership with Toronto Gamers, a local not-for-profit LGBTQ community connecting nerdy queers through video games, board games, and of course, Dungeons and Dragons. Music is provided generously by Foxamore. You can find all of his music on Bandcamp. Our tech today is Julian, aka Fireball Ferret. Thank you very much for helping us out, Julian.
Yay!
And I am Mark, aka RK from Culturally F'd, and with us our Dungeon Master, Bradicus Jones.
Yep.
So please, let's go around, let's introduce everybody. Let's start with the true star of the show, the Dungeon Master.
DM Bradicus. Hello, I am the DM, and I'm going to be playing everyone, including God.
Especially.
And go by DM Bradicus and DM pronouns. Next!
That's me. My name, I forgot it for a second, but it's Maverick, and my pronouns are they, them. And I'll be playing Ravino, whose pronouns are he, him, and they, them. That's it. That's all I got.
That's all I got, guys.
I'm Ada. My pronouns are they or she, and I'm going to be playing as First Protector Lazgra, Hobgoblin Wizard, and intermittently her apprentice, Shoulderlar, who is a regular Goblin Wizard.
I am Charlie of C4 Studios. My pronouns are he, she, and I will be playing Rubalux the Red, whose pronouns are he, him.
I've already introduced myself. I will be playing as Egreth Bloodmaw, a female Gnoll Ranger.
Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm from Toronto Gamers. I go by he and him, and I'm playing Aisha, who is a half-elf warlock who goes by she and her.
So formal.
Now it's time.
Yeah, it's very
Now-
formal when we do it. I don't know why.
And then we're gonna get real informal right now.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why. We always get so formal when we start, which is always kind of strange, and then it always
We have to set the mood.
Yeah.
What the hell's happening in this
It's a
game?
routine, it's a ritual.
Head in the game.
Yeah, we gotta find a way to just get right in there.
Are we just gonna start
Right up to the
yelling
elbow.
at each other?
Yeah. Put the fire out! Make it seem as though we're as competent as possible.
If we start off casual, then by the end we're just going to entirely be playing by just screaming.
It's like a regular
Excited
D&D game.
stuff. Yeah, it just sounds so professional, and I'm not used to doing that.
We can do it.
Also, you can see everything on the side of the camera, and it's kind of off-putting because you can see where my hands are at all times. And like when I'm fucking around with my phone, it's very easily able to tell.
So we might, yeah.
Anyways,
Set up the screen so we can't see the...
I know. It's just a thing. Like this is not going live just yet, so we can still fuck around a little bit more.
The music's so moving.
It's so moving.
We just killed
Did
the
you say
dragon.
moving?
Motivating, sorry.
Okay.
I like to move.
I don't know.
It's not that fucking.
It's awesome.
I like to move it.
It's all moving, guys. Anyways,
Let's play. Last time.
last time on Quests and Queers, your story threaded you into the beginnings of Helkin Castle underneath the dungeon. Your party was separately although collectively thrown into a dungeon and drained blood in Helkin Castle. Upon your escape, you came across various collections of blood trapped in containers as you guys began to walk through Helkin Castle. Upon your escape, you lost one of your companions who was thrown into the dungeon with you and was wearing these odd pinkish spikes out of their arm. You later learned that his name was Finnegan, a lowly mage who seemed to be turning into a demon of some type. You discovered 2 of your captors on the way out of the dungeons. You discovered 2 of your captives. Both Delin and Nan were one of the two people that you went to look for within the castle itself. You found out they were both vampires. Delin, unfortunately, destroyed himself in a vampiric sunlight excursion, which proved to be very suicidal and deadly, and now he's dead. Nan, on the other hand, was trapped into the bookcase, which, with your help and strength, managed to lift her up, and you managed to scour a little bit of the castle looking for helpful items before Nan decided to burn it down to the ground for reasons.
Which makes 9 buildings she's burned down.
She likes to burn a lot of things down. You managed to go further and towards Lakereach. Upon there, you met a kind of a bigger warrior by the name of Strun Clearsky and merchant companions they were traveling with, and they offered to travel with you, ensuring safety to Lakeshore. Upon there, you were stopped at the gates and asked to give some money to the local guard that pretty much allow you entrance into Lakeshore, not only for protection, but for entrance into the city itself. You insured a minor debt with Nan, who was traveling with you, as none of you had the funds to get through at the time. And upon entering into Shantytown of Lakereach, where things were mostly filthy, you decided of the good natures of your heart to give some rations to the local people around. However, as you began to walk through, an arrow rained down from the side landing on the ground. Picking it up, it said, "Gotcha," on the side of it. From the barricades of the alleyway, 4 dwarfs popped up in the location, aiming directly down from above, sunlight dancing off their bolted arrows, a silent breath waiting to exhale, fire directly at you. One hand rises just to the side before all the shoes are closed. As the hand drips down for a second, arrows from the tops fly down. Ravenous, when your silent arm being present as you look up, as 4 arrows immediately launch down to your periphery. One of them goes off your shoulder ever so slightly, glancing down to the bottom. 4 more hitting your feet without actually hitting you. As they immediately dig into the ground, the silent hand that came back up moves forward, and you see this almost you see a very, very dark dwarf with a long beard, gold wrapped around their beard wrapped into knots and bands, gold earrings, a shaved head. As they look down at you for a second, you can see that their clothes are mostly stained, but with black obsidian armor pieces down for a bottom. And you see teeth begin to rise up from their lips for a second. Hey! Wait a minute. You guys are not going anywhere further. I didn't think you knew of the second gate in Shantytown. If you wish to go further?
Oh. I hate this place.
We're not too fond of it either.
I think it's also worth remembering that after Laws created that chaos with handing out rations, she just kind of chilled there and is trying to find information, so now Shoal is the wizard on the team.
As he continues moving forward, the 4 archers onto the side begin to load more arrows and begin to knock back up, deliberately aiming down at all of you for a second. All of you begin to wait. Like, so, I believe you got 3 choices. Choices of pay, really. I believe you can either pay by, let's see, let's go with the average. Blood, wine, and gold.
Are these guards?
No.
These are just
You can
guys?
give like an investigation
An
check or
insight?
check. Yeah.
19.
You can tell that you've heard them previously from the time that you've been outside Lakereach. You can identify them pretty clearly as the club clothes, but from the area that you're in, you can tell that these are maybe members of the Scourge that are present in Lakereach. They're more or less like a version of the Thieves Guild, except they work for the protection of shantytowns.
Okay.
Is there time for questions?
Depends on which questions you ask.
Do we look like we have money?
One of you definitely does. And he takes almost a glance at Nan, who's kind of draped underneath her umbrella for a minute, and she's just not having any of this. And she turns over to you and she's like, why can't we burn people down? It takes no time at all. And immediately goes up, you can see Manafroni's like, so what's it gonna be?
I think we have some blood in vials. Maybe they'll accept that. He said,
He did say
That's what he
blood.
said.
Yeah, he did say blood.
take him at his word.
Oh god.
They not
We
specific.
shouldn't music down the DD. Thanks.
They not say whose blood.
This is true. Can I make a perception check just to see if I can notice how many there are around us? If it's just those 5, or if there are slightly more of
You
them?
may give me a perception check.
That was 18.
You can tell along the floor along the sides, just behind it, there's about 4 more on each side, just like glancing over the corner.
We are very badly outnumbered.
Pretty sure the merchants will be good enough for at least maybe 10 gold each. Will be fine. You can see all the merchants like immediately just begin to turn to Struan for a second, and Struan just like gives like a silent like little nod. Just the merchants that were accompanying him, the 3 elves and the dwarf, just immediately just started like throwing out money onto the ground as they're just like and they just begin to like look down for a second, and Struan's just like, go to jump. See you inside. And he just begins to move past you as all of you are present. The last few 40 gold, 50 gold strewn on the ground in front. He's like, what's it gonna be? I think I'm getting 60 gold. 6 times 10, right? Seems right.
He's very good at counting, too. I have no coin. I am not permitted to carry it.
So what are you permitted to do?
What I'm told, and not by you.
Oh, that's a shame. Could have been able to mix up. Well, I could be. That's a question. Why are you here, besides? Going to see the Silver Lips or the Goldies? Which one?
Ooh, can I make it, some kind of knowledge check to see if I know shit about these people?
Yes, you may.
Let's go with this one. What kind of check is this?
This is a history.
17.
So what you can tell is the Silver Lips operate just outside Shantytown. They're a little bit more known for being merchants, artisans, bookkeepers. Essentially, they're just above Shantytown, but they essentially serve the nobles, creating a lot of art, culture, theater works, paintings, arms, armor, that type of thing. They're mostly known for having very, very good lip service in order to operate between Shantytown and the Goldies. And the Goldies are essentially the nobles in Lakereach. They operate a plutocracy that is mostly based on financial wealth, but the politics here are won by who has appeared to be the most cultured. So things like artifacts, paintings, theater productions, those generally have the biggest politicians. So what he's asking you is, are you here for the Silver Lips or the Goldies? And he doesn't think you have
Okay. But we could be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a little look around. We're nearly as far as we wish to be.
So you wish to enter this shit-stained city for no particular reason? Just busy, I guess?
It is between here and the next place.
What is the next place?
I've yet to decide.
What about the rest of you? Is here for a lovely tourist attraction?
Ruby's just kind of standing there, like jaw super locked.
Egret steps forth with her axe, points at him like, I will pay the blood price, but only if I fight you, not with these. How should I word this?
Cronies.
I will fight one of your warriors, and not one cowering behind one of these bow and arrows. One-on-one combat. I play the blood price.
Oh, that is interesting.
Call it a gamble.
I win. All of my friends get in. You win. We either stay here or we pay.
You know what? I do like that kind of idea. But we're not gonna have this fight here.
I want to slam my axe down and use intimidation.
Okay.
That's should I count that?
No, roll on the table, damn it.
That's much
Damn.
worse.
It
It's
was.
a 4.
As he looks down, you can kind of see as he brings the dagger from the side, he begins flipping along his hands. You can see the sunlight kind of dance off the blades. It hits more of his rings that are present along his thick thumbs and fingers. As he's pressing it. No. I know exactly where we're going to have this fight. This little area just off the north end of Shantytown. I have a friend. Maybe you're a red scaly who knows a little bit about it. I'm looking for my champion. My champion knows at least a little bit. Her name is Rashiro. She operates a little bit of a shindig up to the north. I believe she was hauling up slaves to Elidrat's waste last I remember.
That's revolting.
Oh, then you should have no problem killing her.
If it's time.
That's the blood price in which you pay. It's either that or I take a liter of your blood. Each of you.
Oh,
You may try.
didn't someone take some blood from that place?
Yeah.
Isn't that?
I don't have it.
So Aisha's like, I still have this vial of my own blood.
That is
Will this do?
terrible.
It's a whole liter.
Throw it up, Elf. He's like, you're just like,
Not happy
lobs
about
it, throw it as he grabs it immediately.
It's a
And
part of
immediately he puts it
me.
to the side. He's like, "Mwah, you're good to go.
But
Get lost then.
I'll wait for you outside. I'll wait for you outside.
Maybe you can be useful to someone else.
Are you sure we can't negotiate about this? We are on a quick mission. We don't have time for this, really.
You're on a quick mission, but you can't tell me where you're going.
Well, wait, sorry, man. I tried.
Why do you want us to kill this champion?
I want to test her value. See if she's any good.
She's a slaver.
Maybe a good or bad slaver. How do I know?
There's no such thing as a good slaver.
Nevertheless, they still have value here. Oh, and I'm looking for something very particular out there. You see a tiny little goblin, tiny little football head, some green flesh and skin, a little bit of red around the edges. I would love for you to bring them back to me. That would be just swell. It's a little bit of a friend of mine.
Enough talk. We play the blood price and we move on.
Very well. Give me your
I'm
head
not
by
interested
midnight,
in-
and we'll talk.
I'm interested in doing errands for you.
Well, I'm very interested in you doing errands for me. So let's cut the chit-chat. Leave.
Ruby dramatically pulls his cape over and swishes it and walks away.
That's awesome.
I want to kill him.
That's fair.
Yeah, same here.
Ruby, can you please give me a D20 intelligence check, please?
Well, I'm very smart right now. Apparently, I got a whole. I should stop. I need to roll on the actual thing. Well, it was a 2, but I have a -1.
Yeah, that name does not spark up any type of coincidence or any type of thing that would spark up that memory.
Okay.
To who this person is, whether or not you met them, what connection you might have to them. As far as you know, they are red. And they are apparently a slaver.
A red slaver.
Allies, do you have any gifts that you can use on me to improve my odds in this fight?
Oh,
Short had vision. Just he will miss one time. Or whoever who we fight. Sure, not sure we fight, but who we fight, they miss one time. I see.
I could perhaps cast a spell on you before you enter the fight.
That is what I'm suggesting.
I can also cast a spell. I use prestidigitation and just make your hair really bright pink, so it's really super intimidating.
Bright pink.
Yeah, and it's
Like Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, you get
the
it. You go, girl.
Guns version.
You got that.
Yes,
super intimidating.
Your pink now flocks flow in the air for a minute.
I kind of like it.
As the dark glow allows you to go on through, as the crossbows begin to pull back, and they all just begin to walk away.
Anyone else? We should just go fight this guy. Or this person.
I suppose.
So what's the getting them to miss once?
Yeah, I have that portent ability.
Okay, is
where
that
I can
cast on
just-
me or cast
I
on
can
them?
make any
They can just
roll
tap it.
be one of the two that he rolled, that I rolled for him at the beginning of the day.
Oh.
One of them is a 2.
Sweet.
So
Yeah.
whenever that activates,
Awesome.
maybe if you have anything with like a saving throw, because
I can put on bless or
Yeah. But we don't need to buff now though.
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll discuss that.
So where is
Okay.
this place that the
So Shantytown, where
This
you are
place
right now,
smells
right now you're more or less southeast, but it's going to curve around the entirety of the city. Lakereach is almost like this half circle shape.
Okay.
So around Shantytown, you guys are in the southern end. You guys have to go all the way to the northern end. And you guys will probably have to take the long way, which
Nice,
means
yeah,
moving straight through
definitely.
Shantytown itself.
Definitely, because my AC's really high.
Nice.
What was the name of that first guy we dealt with?
He didn't say. We didn't get it.
Yeah, we didn't.
You
ask
also
for
didn't
his
get this guy's name either.
I mean, we had Kinnet at the guard, but yeah, this dwarven shakedown person we don't have the name of.
Can
The
I
bald one.
roll to see if I know his name?
You may at disadvantage. No, you know what? You were from here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you'd have this with advantage.
Okay. I'm gonna roll on the table.
You know exactly who this guy is.
And then -1 intelligence for 14.
You know him immediately as Bardus Windarm. He's a part of the
Okay.
Scourge area of the city. He's more or less been responsible for either some noble deaths in the Goldies,
Yeah.
or just general stealing and bringing it back to the Scourge, like trying to add value to the Scourge. He's kind of MO is Shantytown first and nothing else.
Okay.
So basically, his organization works for the benefit of people within Shantytown. So he generally flushes rich artifacts
Yeah.
from the richer areas to the Shantytown
Okay.
to essentially make money for people there.
Oh, that doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah.
Shit, he's an asshole.
It's like that. His name is Bardus.
More like Bartus.
He's not necessarily an evil person, but he is a prick.
You did not warn us.
Support slavers.
I want his head as a trophy later. As a souvenir. Sorry. Souvenir sounds better.
One guy's a mild asshole to all of you. Kill him!
Supported slavery.
Yeah.
That's not a mild asshole.
Yeah.
But he did ask us to kill the slaver,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah, to see
Aren't cities like
what
this built
the
with
slaver's
slaves?
value is.
Yeah. So if the slaver lives, he keeps them, I guess. Or it's a test run to see who he needs to send. We will see.
It's not so much the it's not so much not wanting to pay him as we don't have the funds.
You walked into the trap with me.
Things have changed since I've been here.
Ah.
Yes. So what would you guys like to do right now? We all had like a mild panic.
I saw
right
it
now.
too.
We all had to like deal with
Our screen
We're
went
fine,
black.
we're
Our
fine, we're fine.
our screen went black.
We're fine.
But it's back.
Yeah. We just almost died. It's fine. Okay. So what would you guys like to do? Right now, you are in the small little area of this kind of alleyway. Where it extends further, you can see like shacks with like any bit of materials they can get around, like old fence materials, like disregarded metal pieces that kind of line the houses. You can see filth that is just lining the streets. Somebody's taking it and throwing a bucket out, which is only assumed is like
Do humans
some amount of filth.
do humans just poo wherever they stand? Like livestock?
As you begin to go up, you can see a lot of people that are present. They're either small or small and very, very thin. They just have like stained clothing. Most of them wear black clothing. All of it has stains. You can see some of them trying to be like artists, or some of them are trying to be writers. You can see like as the paths diverge, you can see a small little crappy theater that's present there with like this elevated stage up and no seats. People are trying to like act and perform terribly. There's an elderly man in the corner who's playing an elderly woman very poorly.
Strange customs.
I will look to Nan. Where would you wish to go?
Well, I'm free to go wherever I want. It's one of the cool benefits of what I get to do. Anyways,
Are you off then?
That's what you were asked. Where do you wish to go?
well, it really depends. I mean, I like burning down things with you. I also like staying non-filthy. I'm gonna leave.
Wait! Take your book back for now.
No.
I can have no possessions. If I am borrowing it, it is alright.
You can borrow it. I'm going to be up a little bit later. I have some business to attend to. I have to go see.
Aisha's is paid full. Perhaps Aisha can accompany you.
I have to go see my father.
Oh.
Is he also a vampire?
No.
And she looks at you for a minute. You have like the immediate look of her face as you begin to read her face, although poorly because your interactions with humans, never mind vampires, is a little bit less. The words that just read across her forehead is, "Don't speak about that shit so loudly in public." And she immediately curls her eyebrows down, and she's like, "No, he is lame.
It is true, I've met him.
He's lame. Doesn't like to do
Is
anything."
he in a wheelchair or?
Poor choice of words.
And like immediately descend down. I am going to leave and maybe.
Does he need a healer?
How
Just trying to be helpful.
No. How interesting is my father?
We do not mean to suggest that he requires an aid, but rather that as a person, he is unpleasant, and we should have chosen a more thoughtful word to describe him.
He's more paler than I am. Peace. She just like begins to like put her hands out for a second, and she begins to walk
Maybe it's
forward.
just like,
Okay. She's like Marceline.
how is a human more pale than a vampire?
And she begins to walk away. She proceeds to see like two people fighting over bread, and she's just, you can start to see like this tiny little smirk ahead of her face. She looks back for a second at all of you and just like throws 30 gold on the ground. It's like 30 people just begin to like wrestle each other over it and just to the corner, and she begins to laugh and she just walks away.
I hope she'll be okay. Well, I'm gonna follow you guys because you're my friends.
Not is not the greatest person.
Ugh. I do want to address the saying that it was a mistake, and shouldn't have happened.
Sorry?
Oh, it was a little bit ableist to use lame as a word that.
No, it's.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that
alright.
means to mean bad.
I
We
was
screwed
using
up a
it
little
in
bit.
character. As
Yeah,
like,
no, I
Yeah,
know what you were
it's
going
fine.
for, but I want to just
He is
acknowledge
deeply
that that was,
uncool.
yeah,
It's
and
cool.
we kind of used the wrong word to describe that.
Sorry.
So,
It's, okay.
yeah, I just
Lame is
want to
the word.
acknowledge it because
Yeah.
it's important to acknowledge.
Yes.
We
Okay.
learn.
I'm just gonna choose to follow like the core team because like she just ran off. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, she just begins to walk
do
away.
this. I'm
over
not gonna
close
babysit her.
towards another set of gates that are present within the city, walling off the other side. She just begins to walk up, look at the guards, throw a whole bunch of money at them, but instead of paying the full amount, she just like throws a random amount of gold at them, and guys just float over to the side of the gate. And just start beating the shit out of the guards that are present there. There, she just like opens up the door and just closes it behind her, and she just walks away.
We're already in debt to her.
True that.
So, we have business to attend to.
I have to fight a red one.
You'll be victorious. I believe in you and your pink hair. Got this.
Let's go. Do I know the way?
Vaguely, you would know that it's just all the way across the city, so you have to take the long way around.
Okay.
But you can do like I guess an intelligence check to figure out where maybe the most safest places are.
And that is investigation?
I think that'd be more like history.
History. Still -1. 17.
Okay, so you would happen to know that staying close to the city gates on the other side towards the Silver Lips district would be able to probably be your closest, as there are more city guards around for a second. But as you begin to go closer, there's some alleyways that are less populated than others that can like get you away from the smell, get you away from other people, and just kind of diverge around the more or less troublesome parts of the area.
So I guess like Ruby is leading the way. Wow, everyone follows behind like, why does he know where he's going?
As you guys are gonna walk in the intersection town with Ruby leading the way, almost knowing the way entirely, as you're gonna walk up closer towards the gates and then taking a sharp turn to the right, following the city gates down. You can see some city guards that are present on the other side taking a harsh look down from the top of the wall and begin to look down. Some of them, they make like somewhat crooked faces, and another one pats the arm, chest piece, and another one be like, "Who's that? Yeah, I know. Know that person. Oh, right. Why are they here?" And they begin to like slide through. As you begin to dip down to the other side, and then right back in the city, going through back alleys, you can see another group of people just off to the side. Some of them wearing daggers, some of them wearing swords. They look over to the side, begin to point at Bloodmaw, just to the side. They look over for a second and begin like talking to one another.
This place.
It's the worst.
Yeah. Can I like insight check them?
Sure.
It's not super good.
Not that great.
It's a 10.
They're admiring your size and strength.
Oh.
I will also make this insight check.
I also just start flexing as you're doing that.
That's pretty good. That was 23.
What are you trying to say?
Insight, the same, to see what those people are whispering about.
As you begin to just shrink your eyes a little bit further, you're able to figure out shrink your eyes a little bit further, as your eyes can shrink your head. No, you squint. Sorry.
No, you don't.
Let me. They don't. Shush your
Helping
face.
you.
Shush your face. Take a look.
Focus.
So as you focus a little bit further on it for a second, you can kind of lip read that they're talking about generally how useful a person like that would be in this area of town. They're more or less like thinking about ways to hire Bloodmaw immediately.
They do not dislike you.
I gathered. Still don't like this area.
As you begin to walk further, you kind of awkward group that begins to move forward. More and more people are like beginning to like choke on the sides of the alleyways just to see about this odd assortment of people that are present. As you begin to walk through, making your way down to the other side, you can see this kind of like large encampment with some huge walls that are present on the side, almost a little fortress with like made-on gates made of little bits of stone, rubble, barbed wire chains wrapped around certain areas, and this large kind of I would almost say like refurbished church, almost that kind of is protected by this wall. You can see two guards that are present just on the other side. They seem to be wearing much darker clothes. They seem to be much more heavily armored. You can kind of tell that their armor is very, very well made and have points covering them all over the place. They're kind of made of a dark green tint. As you look up, as you can see, half-orcs that are present guarding the gates. One with a great sword and the other one with a battle axe. As you begin to just watch people walk by, just silently guarding the gates.
They're not stopping anyone?
Nope. Nobody's going into the gates, but they're still present, watching on the side of the street.
And what is our path?
You guys are currently almost at the end of the path. That Ruby's leading down this kind of I guess would say dirt path. There's no actual stones here that actually do no walkways, so it's all just either being
Yeah, but I mean, like, where are we in relation to where we're trying to get to?
You're pretty much there. You walked all the way through.
So is this estate our target?
Is this estate your target?
Like, is it estate, like the place where we're, like this building, this guarded place?
This is probably the closest place to the north that you can actually.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see, like, how
This
much
is
we need to go
probably
through
the
this
place.
gate.
Yeah.
I mean, like, not a lot of people wear plate around here. There's a lot of half-orcs present. These people are packing a lot of armor and equipment. So chances are they probably have something here to do guarding.
Ruby's gonna walk up to them. It's like, greetings.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're looking for someone.
In the middle of your sentence, they just spit onto your boot.
Oh.
Your brother,
Destroy this
sister,
one.
Did you just?
Ruby realizes what they said and is like, yes.
Uh-huh. So, what's up? Who are you here to see?
Where's my note? Oh, it's on this page.
You just see as you look over the other one for a second, slightly painted on her face, more or less like rounded features around the chin.
Bashara. Is that her name?
For sure, yes.
Bashira? Okay.
Yeah. Look at you for a second, like, yeah, before.
It's been a long time.
What's his name? What's his name sent us to pay the blood price for entry to the inner city.
I don't have the slightest clue of what you're talking about.
What's that guy's name? Dwarf.
Bardus Wingard.
Windguard.
Windarm.
Windarm.
Windarm. I'm sorry. I
We're just saying words on the outside of the city gate.
I'm just
at these
shaking
doors.
my
I
head.
just like-
Just shaking my head.
Bulbous Windbag.
Sorry.
I apologize for them.
This is really odd music, sorry.
Hey, you ever have a-
What the shit is playing?
You ever have a bagpipe in the desert?
0 times never has happened when I watch.
We should face the speakers towards the
But as you look, I'd be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know anyone named Bardus Windbag. And if I did, or Shardus Windhag, or whatever the fuck the name was, I don't know anybody by that name. So, you gotta deal with who?
Bashira.
Uh-huh. And,
I'm here to meet her.
you, for what reason?
He would see his sister. It has been a very long time.
Well, it's a she, so she would.
No,
Yeah.
he would.
No,
He
it's
would-
she inside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's who I mean. I'm talking about that she.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, this dragon, he would see that she.
Uh-huh.
Being siblings.
You're gonna see his eyebrows like going up even further. Just like, believe they begin to look at you for a second, kind of dark. They look over to the other one and they're like, yes, probably. Let's see if I can get this right.
Try hard.
Oh, it's a specific type of draconic word. Actually, I'm trying to get together and see if I can pronounce it correct. Fuck off! Why are you here exactly?
I have told you! He has told you!
Please leave.
I thought I was dumb.
Gives like sense that he does not believe you all.
Deception? Am I lying? Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you need to also come up with a lie. Like, you
Yeah.
guys are gonna
I
need to
mean,
make
that
lies.
was a lie.
That
right?
was a lie.
Rubelax lied and said, "I'm here to see my sister," and then I was like, "Yeah, Rubelax is here to see his sister."
Give me rolls. Give me
Okay.
dice. Give
Okay.
me checks. Otherwise, I'm not gonna do the checks for you.
I
That
rolled a
is a
20.
natural
Nice.
Okay, so the other guy looks over for a second. The guy who had the chest previously goes, "What happens if he's right?" Yeah, he goes over for a second. He's like, "Shut the fuck up! I totally not right." Right. And the other goes on the side like, "If you're wrong and you turned away your brother, we're gonna be really upset." The dragon men don't live that long, and it's really important for like family cohesion. These are the orcs. This is the orcs like looks at them giving like the most biggest what the fuck face ever.
He's just like,
We're all like dying.
And he's just like, and the other orc half moves over like, oh god. And he's looking like, well, like this is the worst that can happen if they're wrong, then we get more, and that means more money. And if they're right, we have this nice like family moment. We'll probably get some more love. We can go to that nice place.
Amazing.
And the other orc goes over. Fine. And he just like smashed the door on the other side. So much so there's like a dent in the center of the gate. Like he gets to move forward these shitty wheels that are present more square than circle as they begin to drag onto the ground along the side. As it begins to open up into this giant compound, you can see like more people walking around. However, a lot of them are in similar fashion. Most of them are half orcs. A few hobgoblins that are present, much taller. However, wearing a little bit shittier of equipment, more like leather mail or type of insect armor present. If you guys can walk forward, you can see these large posts present on the side. Various people and races like tied to the posts almost, and you can walk around, barely even dressed. You can see one goblin's on the side put up to the wall and chained. You can see like some bugbears, a lot of dwarves, a lot of elves that are present as they walk to the side as they begin to walk. The one half-orc that was down, that was a little bit more friendly, begins to accompany you. And he begins to like walk forward. He's got like a kind of a larger smile on his face, being like, "I'm gonna get some more love." Amazing. As he begins to walk forward, he kind of like bangs on the door. As the door kind of swings open, you're able to see this almost large tavern-like interior. Humongous tables, torches along the side. You can see in a central chair that's kind of propped up in the corner. You can see a red dragon woman's present. And you notice she's got like these large kind of like golden bits of armor on the side, rings, kind of tail wrap bracelet that kind of goes around the back into her tail. You can see this kind of large necklace that's present on the side, built and decorated in red scales, and a central crest on the bottom of it. This large, humongous, flaming red dragon scale that's present. Ruby, I would like you to give. Actually, you know what? I like everyone who is familiar with Eldrad's waste. So specifically, Losgra, Ruby, and Losgra and Ruby, because you guys are more or less from there.
wow.
Nope. Which check is this?
This would be like a history check.
Well, I rolled a 2 with a -1.
I got a 9.
So you'd be able to identify this as like a very high-prized dragon scale. It's being wrapped around. This kind of denotes this person is somewhat of importance to probably someone in the Rock waste.
I'm a dragonborn who can't recognize a dragon scale.
Yeah. Well, you can identify who dragon scale
Yeah.
belongs to.
Important. This person wanted the skill. Important.
You get to walk. As you begin to like walk forward into camp almost, you kind of get the sense that everyone's eyes are on you. As you begin to can go in further into the tavern. You can see two more half-orcs that are present on the side shooting the shed. And as you begin to go forward, you can see her in front. She looks at you. It's kind of wide green eyes begin to open up. She looks at you for a second.
I don't know you.
Sure you
Mm-hmm. So, why are you here?
do. To meet you, of course.
Bit of trade.
We are here for something else. Would we be able to speak privately?
Why? What do you do for persuasion check?
Persuasion.
Yeah, that would
Persuade.
You got this.
I do have a +4 in persuasion.
Is that okay, by the way? Is that alright?
Yeah.
Wow, why am I rolling so
Oh,
bad?
really bad today, huh?
7.
7. Yeah, she does not seem very convinced. So you let you talk alone for a second. It's like she was on me. She's like,
No. We'll talk here.
Alright.
something.
Argus Windlaw sent us.
Wind.
I don't know, wait, I can't
Wind arm! It's wind arm!
Kind of like the
Wind arm, Shardus, wind wham.
A dwarf named Windarm.
Nothing is as bad as persist.
A dwarf named Windarm prevented our entry into the city. I offered to pay the blood price, and he said we should fight you.
I should step to the side.
You can step off their armchair for a minute as they kind of reach around to the chair to pick up a large mace that's present on the side. It kind of drags onto the floor for a little bit before they kind of pick it up with one arm. You can see it's kind of jeweled and dazzled on the side. It's like these large kind of crystals that line the mace.
I have a question for you. Why is this Windarm? What has happened between you and Windarm that he has beef with you?
I don't know. Fuck about Mars.
And why does he have beef with you?
Oh, probably because he is naive.
About what?
But not as naive as you. You came here for the blood price, right?
Entry for me and my allies.
So you thought you would come into this compound and kill me.
I didn't. They didn't specify.
The terms of the engagement were somewhat unclear.
Yes, thank you, Abinell. If it's to the death, whatever. I'm down with that.
Perhaps you have a counter
all
offer.
this. I don't want to murder anyone.
To the pain.
What do you want to do?
I guess perhaps you have a counter offer.
That really depends. I don't really have any use for any of you. But I wouldn't mind giving you Bardis. It's quite a pain, that one.
Why?
But you say you don't care. You don't give flying fuck. Now you say, does he pain to you? Well, I sure notice inconsistency.
She kind of moves forward a little bit, and you can kind of see this kind of almost toothy grin that appears across her mouth for a second, and she goes,
I like you. I don't care about it. But it's not so wise to turn away someone who wishes to kill you. Generally, they don't really go away once they try once. But this can be easily corrected. Go over, finish him off. I had no need for any of this. I'm out of the city. In a little bit.
Why?
I have a deal to conduct.
And what is your current work here?
taking this lot further into Eldrad's Waste.
Do I know what that is?
Eldrad's Waste is like the largest desert to the north.
When will you depart?
Soon?
Very helpful.
What, do you expect me to come give you all of my ideas? Immediately? Should I give you a schedule planner?
Since you have so kindly offered.
Yeah.
You have 20 minutes in this place, or you're coming with me. So make this deal.
I know we agreed to this, but I can't in good heart kill someone unless I know it's for good reason.
They take slaves to desert.
We should discuss this on our own time and deal with the rest of this now. Yes?
So, I fight you, I fight Windbag, I don't care. We just need to go into the city. I fight somebody. It doesn't have to be to the death, it can be the first one to hit the ground. We don't care.
I think this is not the way they conduct their business in this place.
I hate this place.
Yeah, we can't just slaughter everyone. Just one of them.
How many are there around us?
How many slaves
Right
are
now, there are two half orcs in the corner and her in this building alone.
And how many in the compound overall did we see?
Oh, about like 4 or 5.
So 3 in here, 4 and 5 out there. There's only 3 in here.
Oh.
I'm just
We only
saying.
fight one.
We have we have numbers. Is what I'm saying.
I don't think they're going to agree to one-on-one. I don't think they want. But what if jailbreak? Then
I am
more
going.
allies.
I'm gonna use Divine Sense.
Can you please make a?
Did we,
I'm
have
gonna
we
use-
not like stepped
I'm
off
gonna
to the
use
side
divine-
a little bit? Like we're not.
They can still hear you.
Surely we're not discussing whether to have this conversation literally like 3 feet away from her.
Okay, well, well, like otherwise, you're just not gonna stand here and just be silent as you guys talk about maybe you're not killing her.
Can I use Divine Sense to see if the people in here are good or evil?
You may.
Yes, awesome.
They are a bunch of evil people.
Oh.
These people are almost solidly between neutral evil and lawful evil.
Alright, then I am going to cast Protection on you and be like, let's begin.
Not protection. If you're gonna cast, you should cast something like bless. Protection is a reaction.
It's a reaction?
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
reaction.
fine, I'll use Bless then. Wait, I can do Bless on
You're
3
gonna
people.
You're gonna fight her right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Have
I didn't agree to
slaves.
this, but it's happening.
Okay.
Wind Fist, whatever his name was,
God damn it,
With
you
all-
guys.
sent me here to play the blood price and fight you. If that means to the death, that means it's to the death. I don't
So
really care.
I will cast then Bless on you. I
She's
guess.
not gonna sit here the way you
Me?
say that. We're gonna start initiative
Yeah.
first, because the moment you say that, she's not gonna be like, you know, maybe we should fight this out. She's gonna be upset
We
about
fight
it.
here, we fight somewhere else.
No, she's gonna fight in here. Why would she
Right.
wait? You're
Yeah.
just gonna
No.
cast a buff on her.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's gonna probably cast a buff and not start fighting. Is the thing.
No, I know that.
Oh boy.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
We're doing it now. We're doing it now.
Hey, Ruby's dumb. I have an 8 intelligence.
Oh my god.
Doesn't do plans.
Okay, Ravana, your go.
Right this side of the
My
table.
initiative is 17.
17. Losgra.
No
Laz
Losgra.
is
We
in
have
there.
Shoal.
Oh, Shoal, I
Laz is
keep
still-
forgetting.
And Shoal got.
What happened to Losgra?
Losgra's
She's investigating the
So, like-
politics of the area.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Back to
and distributing rations.
Yeah.
12.
Ruby.
12.
Blah, blah.
6.
Night Shadow.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Oh!
It's 3.
Oh,
I don't want
no!
to do it. I don't want want to do it.
Okay.
And he's just like, why?
What does Blessed do?
So Bless gives you a D4.
You can do that on your turn.
Oh, sorry.
She's not.
Yeah, it's not happening
she's
now.
not gonna allow
Yeah.
you to cast.
She's already
Yeah,
out of the
just
chair. She's got
immediately.
her mace. She's
Yeah.
ready to rock.
Yeah, she's not gonna just let you do it.
Oh boy.
Her mace is out with the jewels.
Well, I guess I wouldn't be surprised because I'm doing it in front of her.
Shoal or Ruby, who has the higher dex? I'll imagine you guys will just handle that in your turn.
Technically, you're supposed to just let people pick who goes first.
Okay, then you guys can handle that stuff.
I mean,
That means
Shoal
less
has
thing I know.
almost no offensive capabilities.
Okay.
And almost as little defensive capabilities.
So you're gonna stay mostly out of this fight.
Yep.
Yeah. You're gonna go hide, right?
You're gonna
Do you at least have buff
Get
spells?
out of here.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. I'll protect you, Shoal.
Shoal didn't plan on Laws going solo for a minute.
He's learning so much.
He's like,
Oh my god,
He knows
my thing is
something.
possessed. Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay.
oh, that's nothing new. I've been possessed for a while.
My phone is extremely possessed. Okay. I'm gonna go.
This is our
My phone is possessed. I'm sure of it.
This is what happens when you play God.
Are we gonna have a Steve Buscemi fucking?
Do you think God stays up in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he has created?
I think that's like a YouTube.
Yeah, I'm trying to control my phone right now. And it's not.
Okay,
it's
new
not too
setup for
keen
this.
On being controlled right now.
Boss battle
It's really
music.
annoying. Okay, first one up is Ruby. You somehow managed to go first.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cast Bless, which gives a 1d4 to, I think, attack bonuses and I think one other thing.
Bless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just find it on here. There it is.
Up to 3 creatures, you get a choice between rain and may make. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw, they can add a d4.
So I will put it on me. Why?
Egrith.
Yeah, Egrith and Raveno, I guess.
Can I can put that on anything?
Attack rolls or.
Oh, sorry. I think I made a mistake.
Okay.
It's
Well,
Yeah, it's
either
actually
way,
it's
that-
actually Ravno.
Oh, okay.
You got 17.
yes, I did.
Yeah, you did. Sorry.
Yeah, no
My
problem.
mistake. I know what you're gonna do now.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
I will hold my turn and let this happen.
Are you sure?
Is assuming that like otherwise I would be like
You're
next.
kinda have
You are
right.
first in the initiative.
Yeah, but
But-
is Ruby
Oh,
right
so
after
you-
me?
No.
Okay, Ruby's way down in there.
Ruby is third last.
Okay,
Third
so
last,
all
damn.
right.
Go.
There's a solution to this. I think. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm suddenly surprised by the fact that I was like, I'm so ready to rock.
Yeah.
Do it!
Do it!
Don't
Oh,
be
it's the
weird!
time of my life!
I'm gonna cast protection.
All right,
Okay.
so I am.
You guys are all kind of presently spread out a little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
I am going to use Commander's Strike then,
Okay.
which will expend one of my superiority dice,
All right.
and I can direct. Oh, never mind. It's a weapon attack. I don't want to do that. Sorry, I was hoping that I would be able to give Ruby this bless, but I can't. Sorry, first time.
It's fine. So, this is the third battle? First battle?
First battle for me with this kid,
Yeah.
because I changed my kid.
Yeah.
Alright.
What's up?
Oh, like, it says at higher levels you can target one additional creature for each slot level above first.
Yeah,
Yes.
you use a higher
That's
level spell
correct.
slot.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you use a second level blast,
Okay.
you'd be able to get 4.
Okay, so
Okay.
instead I'm gonna use actually nothing. I'm gonna hold my turn until someone else attacks.
All right.
So you go ready in action?
I'm ready. I'm ready to attack, but I won't attack until someone else
Okay.
does.
Okay. You immediately move forward. Oh, she's gonna make you suffer for that one. She is going to. As you guys begin to go forward, as she moves towards you for a second, she takes a good look at all of you for a minute. She takes out the mace. She begins to like launch up immediately for her first-handed strike of Blood Mob, but instead jumps and jumps back, and flames just leak out of her jaw immediately as the teeth begin to descend further, extremely into a large cone in front. I need everybody here to roll a dex saving throw.
Oh no.
Well, I take half damage to fire anyways.
Yeah. That's
Oh
the
my
benefit
god, I
of
hate this dice.
Ooh, natural 20.
God.
I'm really
Which
happy
I think
because
still means
otherwise
I take half.
Natural
but-
19.
I was still gonna
plus
I was gonna
6,
throw you
25.
otherwise away.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to do
What is
it.
it?
It's 1 plus whatever my dex.
No, it's just a 1.
Just a 1.
It's
which
a
means
one.
Just
not
a
very fair.
one?
Yeah.
You
No,
take
you don't
your dex
roll-
save.
Dex save. Yeah, plus 2, plus 2.
No, but if
It's
you
total
roll a
of 3.
1, it's
It's an automatic failure.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
automatic fail.
okay, yeah. So it's a 1.
So, what was your saving throw?
I'm gonna change dice.
Yeah.
20.
Pass.
Natural
It's a
20.
fail, I know it is.
What is it?
A
the
2
third
plus
Fail.
yeah.
Oh.
Luma?
25.
Yeah.
Shoals on my little
Pass.
test.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
let
yeah.
you
Those of you who
19.
failed,
I won't let
you take 18 points of fire damage.
18?
Oh my
That's
god.
big.
I
Yeah,
barely
those of you who
standing.
passed take 9.
Holy shit.
Wait, how much did I take?
18.
18 divided
Okay.
that by
Yeah, you still
Half
take
of
half
9.
9.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, as flames begin to like leak out of her mouth.
Yeah.
Mouth almost some parts of the table just begin to light on fire. As 2 of her orc friends immediately just begin to like draw their swords and immediately heading towards you. She jumps back, and she's going to take an attack. Actually, you know what? She's not. She's going to go to the side and move
Is
back.
she moving out of my space?
She is not.
Okay.
She turns over. She's just gonna fling to the side, hold her mace up for a second, and cross guard immediately. As 2 of the half orcs move to the side, and they're going to try and take out. As they move to the
I
side.
didn't even make an aggressive action.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
that's
knocked
enough.
out immediately.
But don't you get attacked first since you're
I
prepared?
was ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She attacked, so I should be able to
Yes.
act now,
Yeah, yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so as a bonus action, I'm going to use Second Wind right now.
Okay.
So I get 1d10 plus
That is
3
wise.
additional HP, which was 10, so 13 health regained.
That's a good problem.
Or, oops, I rolled the wrong one. Sorry, never mind. I retract that statement. They're all similar colors. That sucks. I get back. I hate this. I get 4 HP back.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. That's 11.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's my bonus action. And I'm also gonna expend a superiority die, I think. And
As
I
a
am.
hold an action, you think you can only do an attack.
Oh, I can only attack?
Yes.
Isn't? I mean, holding your
When you
Because
hold
my
delaying your
turn,
turn
though,
is
I was
delaying your turn.
first
Yeah.
in the initiative order.
like there's holding an action, there's delaying your turn.
Yeah,
Because
delaying your
holding an
turn.
action means that you
You do a trigger.
stay an
Yeah.
initiative order, but your action happens when the trigger happens. If
Yes.
you're delaying your turn, you're moving yourself back in initiative order.
So it was my understanding that you were
Yeah.
holding your action, not delaying.
Okay.
I thought you said you were
You
delaying
know
your
what?
turn.
Well, you're delaying your turn's
basically
fine. We're
I
still
was
trying it
just-
out, so let's
okay.
go with the delay.
Alright. Either way. Either I take these hits or I don't, so it's okay with me. It is enough if I just get to actions, like
Yeah.
second wind,
Yeah.
good enough? Or
Yeah.
so I can take an
Well,
attack?
yeah, you can
or-
take an attack. Do your turn now.
Alright,
And delay it
so
for after.
Alright, so that's what we're doing. Cool. Yeah, so I am going to expend a superiority die to use Commander Strike.
Okay.
Which here means that I get to choose an ally within range of me, I believe, and instruct them to perform an attack action.
Okay.
I think it is specifically an attack.
I think it means
Yeah, the creature can immediately use this reaction to make one weapon attack, adding the my superiority die to the attack damage of the roll. So I also have to roll one of those. These are D8s,
You
right?
basically get to imbue somebody else's reaction.
Interesting.
It can be useful or not useful depending on how powerful your reaction is.
Yeah, it's still a reaction.
Yeah.
So you basically, it can use this reaction to make one weapon attack, and it's gonna add the superiority die, which I'm gonna roll right now. I think it's D8.
Superiority die?
Yeah.
So it should be on your
I have 4 of
chart.
them, which are D8s.
Oh, sweet.
So you're gonna add, holy shit, you're gonna add 7 to the roll.
That's
To
right,
the,
not attack.
yes, to the damage roll, assuming you hit.
Damn.
That's pretty fucking powerful.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tag Ruby with that.
Alright. Where
So you can
is
make one
everybody in relation to me?
Well, you're
Yes.
probably closer to the Sierra right now.
Okay, so I guess I'll.
And 2 half-orcs are going to start flanking you. They can
All right,
left side.
I'm going to go attack her, I guess. Because I don't think I can use my. I don't think my breath weapon's a reaction.
No, I mean, it's
And
only
it's
a
a
weapon
weapon
attack.
attack.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run with my. What is my weapon? It is a longsword. So 1d8. Wait, first I need to roll for attack.
Yeah.
And I roll 7. Is that for damage?
It's
Just
on your
for
damage, so you
Okay.
have to hit.
Add a 7 to
10 plus.
So plus 4.
Yeah, so it's 14. I don't think I hit it.
No, you don't. So you immediately go move forward with
Yeah.
your weapon to strike down immediately
Yeah.
in front of her. You catch the side of her
Yeah.
gold armor and takes the immediate shock.
Yeah.
Shocks you move down, but no actual damage.
Okay.
Just like moves your left shoulder to the side.
Alright.
Good.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Next in turn order.
Yeah.
So the turn is 2 half-orcs need to go forward. They both take out long swords. They both turn over to Ravno, who immediately goes forward. One of them takes their long sword and runs forward, carrying it in the back of your spine. What's your AC?
16?
Pathetically, no. As it just like go to the side of the long sword as you move, just doing the commander strike. I guess the hand distinction to be like no attack forward. You just kind of move the side of the right moment, and then your sword just glances on the side of the armor. The other one takes around the battle axe and attempts to hit the shoal from the side of the battle axe.
Can
Oh,
I?
wait, you use a reaction to
Oh, okay, use reaction.
Shoal, what's your AC?
16.
I don't think they hit
Thankfully, he did learn his lesson from the pilot episode and actually like cast
Yeah,
magic.
it's great.
Yeah, and
Before
then-
starting to get dangerous.
So
Yeah, and
you
look-
did end up casting us.
I think I cast it last session.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll pass this up.
Yes. As you go forward, one of the another longsword begins to like slice immediately at you, but it just begins to like shave a little bit of hair immediately off. It just falls down to the ground. You're like,
I think it was just knock off my wizard hat.
Oh no!
My wizard
Sure.
hat!
He has a big floppy wizard hat.
okay.
Not anymore.
Because he doesn't have hair, right? Oh,
Spindly.
yes, spindly. Oh,
Okay,
that's
so
true.
that is if the moment is your go.
It's our
Yeah, it's your guys' go.
Alright,
You
so
can
do
just
you
show
wanna
over
go?
me go next.
You can go next if you want to.
I mean, I have a crossbow.
But you don't have anything that will like, make them slip? Throw grease at them?
I mean, I have that coordinate roll of a 2, but I'm going to try and save that for attack roll from dragons. I think she's probably
Yeah.
fine on here. So yeah, if you wanted to try and get this dude off the shoulders trying to attack him, that might be a good idea.
I believe Bless is let me see here, an action.
Mhm. And it's concentration to 1 minute.
And protection is
A reaction.
a reaction, so I can use both.
Well,
No, you can't.
I
you
can't?
use your reaction for this round.
After
But
you-
but doesn't it
But
refresh
after
when
your
it's
turn.
my turn?
No, it refreshes every turn.
Okay.
after the round.
Okay. So I guess I will cast Bless, and it will be on the people I said. So you got one before,
Okay.
and then I'm going to. The thing is, I want to use my breath weapon for the orcs. So I am going to, let's see here. I have a pretty strong attack ability somewhere. Smite. And I think that gives me like some extra damage.
This does. You have to hit.
Yeah.
So like, if you're gonna use smite, I would roll to hit, and then we'll
Yeah.
figure it out from there.
All right. Come on,
Like your
dice,
divine
please
smite,
like
right?
me.
You have other smites.
Yeah. That's. Oh my god, there's different types of smites.
Wait, you can't cast blast in the attack.
You can't?
No.
It's
'cause
one
an
action.
Okay.
action.
Alright, so I cast Bless, and then let's see here. So what do I have left then?
Do you have a bonus action or a movement?
Let's see if I have anything that allows a bonus action. I think that's a full attack.
Yeah.
Searing Smite. Do I have that?
Either way, you wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, because you have to attack. So you can.
No, but
cast
Searing
it.
Smite is a
It's
bonus
a
action.
bonus action,
Oh yeah,
but then
you're right.
what happens is it kicks on your next attack.
Okay.
So you could cast it now, but it doesn't really make.
Okay. What healing?
That would be quite a mean combination.
Yeah.
Somebody on the bonus action getting 2 attacks now. did like a bonus action.
Yeah, so they have a paladin with extra attack.
Yeah.
So uses the bonus action.
I guess I can't do anything else then,
Divine
right?
Smite on the
I
first
cast
attack.
Bless and that's all I can do
You
then,
can
because
move.
I can move?
You'd be taking attack from you.
Would I, well, if I move, well, if I was like, no, wait, you have to take a half action to,
Half action. What are half action?
oh, sorry. I was like, I guess I can't step out without provoking opportunity.
Yeah, either from the orcs that are because beside you or from the square stuff.
Alright, so I guess I'll just remain where I am with my shield.
Yeah.
But at least I got Bless it.
Yes, plus really important. Okay, moving to the side, it is going to be.
Do you have disadvantage on ranged attacks?
Yes,
Yes.
if they're really close, yes.
I would say
Spell
disengage.
attacks, I'm guessing not.
No.
So who's close to who right now? There's one orc next to me.
There's one orc next to you, there's one orc next to Rabido, and Ruby is right next to Rashira.
And I was probably hiding behind them.
And probably Bloodmaw is like just beside you, as well as Nightshade is just beside. Unless you the other side of the wall.
I'm just gonna.
So yeah, you're as far away as
Yeah,
in
yeah.
front of Ruby.
That was really exciting.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna disengage and move over to the wall where there's some goblins chained up.
Okay. Well, they were more or less outside.
Oh, I thought they were
Okay.
Yeah. You guys entered into the
Yeah.
so it was like a little bit of a yard, and then you walked in.
You know, I'm just gonna.
As you go to the other side,
I'm actually.
Pick up some distance.
Yeah, we can't astral touch and disengage.
Yeah, so I'm saying disengage, make distance, and cast on next turn.
Yeah, like, go hide.
Yeah. I mean, I almost by myself. But yeah, I'm just still gonna disengage. I don't think I've done anything to make these people think I'm particularly a threat. So, what does that do?
Dodge gives disadvantage to attacks on you.
And that's still an action.
Yeah,
You're one of those guys that dodge.
Oh!
But no, I don't want to be
You
close
can't
to
do it.
that.
I was like,
You could.
no,
It's
but
an
like,
action.
let me look at it.
So you're gonna move to the side.
Yeah, I'm just gonna disengage and try to get away.
Okay, so you immediately run to the side. You kind of run around Ruby, and then right next to the blood moss, you immediately, unfortunately, step on one of her paws. You're being like running over to the other side of the wall. Of the wall. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Bloodmont, your go.
Okay, I shout, this was supposed to be one-on-one. I cast Hunter's Mark on her.
Very well.
She's using 1d6 damage. And then I'll attack her with my axe.
Okay.
Blood dice. Okay, it's not bad. 14.
Plus your d4.
14 plus 2, 16. Yeah. 16.
Hit.
Yay!
Nice.
that's good because
So
14 doesn't.
you 6 plus another 1d6 for Hunter's Mark. Plus 2.
Got this.
Oh, fuck off, Snake Eyes.
Fuck!
But it's okay, it's 2 plus 5, 7 damage. I also have a dueling fighting style, so I have one weapon in my hand, I get plus 2. And then the weapon itself is already plus 2 slash.
Okay, good. So it's 5 damage.
No, it's 7 damage. I rolled 2.
You rolled 2 snake eyes and it's plus 5. You know what damage roll.
Correct.
Yeah, so
So I'm also- I'm
Are you
also-
trying to strength or dex?
Strength.
You use 20 strength.
No.
It's plus
I
5.
have other bonuses. I have my Hunter's Mark damage, which is the other dice.
Yeah, which is a full
I have my dueling fighting style, which is plus 2. The weapon itself is 1d6 plus 3.
Okay. Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Total 7.
Okay,
So you know,
very
the worst amount of damage, 7 damage.
So you dual hands, so you're turning. Okay, right.
Yeah, dueling.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
Alright.
Dueling fighting style.
So you
I have it
attack
too, get
twice.
ready.
No. That's one attack.
Something else gave
The Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
Hunter's Mark gives me an additional d6.
So you, wait, I am so confused by this map. So what weapon are you using?
My axe.
And what dice roll is that?
It's 1d6 plus 3 slashing.
1d6 plus 3.
Plus my Hunter's Mark, which is an additional d6.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense now. Alright. Gotcha.
Plus my dueling fighting style, which gives me +2 to damage rolls.
Dueling fighting
Yeah,
style
it's
should
a fighting style. It's
Style
like you get
fighting.
+2 when you have one melee weapon in one hand. It doesn't matter, it just always happens. It's like protection, you always have it. You choose that as a ranger.
7 damage.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
It sounds fake, but I promise.
Yeah, it's not, I thought dueling could not be worked with like
No.
double-handed stuff, but I guess it can.
It's a one-handed axe, right?
Yeah, axe and shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, the
cool.
shield
Yeah,
you have?
gotcha.
Oh yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Sorry about that, I was very confused.
We got you caught up.
Yeah, I thought dueling was for a reason to dual-handed, and I was just like, wait, no, that doesn't, what are you, what?
Like, no, you just
Yeah.
add the modifier to
I
the
was
second
like,
attack.
yeah, I was thinking like two-handed weapons, I was like, okay, so, wait, what? I was confused. My apologies.
We got you there.
So what about all you wish to do this round?
It's 7 points.
You haven't given me that yet.
No, but I'm saying it's 18 position.
The blessed already happened.
I think so, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna
Take
check.
a turn?
Yes.
Okay, cool, thank you. Nitro, you're good.
Awesome, cool. So right away, I point to the nearest guard, and just like cast as a bonus action Hex.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
So it's bonus action. So it's Hexified.
Hexified.
Yeah, Hexified. And then I'm just gonna roll my awesome one and just cast Eldritch Blast.
Alright.
Let's do D20. Okay, I'm using a new dice, so it's not gonna be ones. I got a bit higher. Got 9 plus shit. 3, so 12. I got 12.
So as soon as you get go through, you cast it forward. The Eldritch Blast immediately goes over and just boom, just bounces immediately on the armor.
Okay, well,
Probably gonna be able to.
at least it's still Hex, so whatever, it's all your
I was trying to fluff it out and like make it look cute and stuff. It's just.
Is that your round?
Yeah, I moved back a tiny bit more. Just, yeah, just for a bit more.
Okay, after that, it is round now.
I'm back.
And you get a D4 and get a
Why is
dice.
Spotify being so weird?
Yeah, I used it earlier longer than
Raisins.
the 7 damage was awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Music by Fox somewhere.
I'm gonna hit the one that tries to hit Soul.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Dumb pun, the dumbest pun.
Oh, because you're goblin.
Drums.
Ooh, that was good. That was my longsword. That's 19 plus 4 to hit.
Got him.
So then you're gonna do that's 1
Four.
So that was 7.
Oh,
11 point slashing. So
Damn.
Yeah!
Yeah. 11 points?
nice!
Shit.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
that.
You immediately go forward, you're playing monster now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you immediately go forward, your longsword immediately digs right into their armor, and just like, just cut right down in that center, they immediately drop. And their armor is just like,
Dead?
yeah, one dead immediately.
One less! And I'm gonna take an action surge and attack the other one.
Okay. They're well armored, but these guys are well armored, like, they have no health.
That's probably why they're armored. That was good. That was 10 to hit. Oh wait, I got one. I got a D4. I got a D4. I got a D4. I threw the D4. I got a D4. That's plus 3. That's 13 hit.
Yeah, so you need to go for the other one. The other one, they take the longsword, just really right up to the side, not in the back.
Alright.
Yeah, these guys are heavily armored,
Yes.
so that helps you
Yeah, that'll be it.
These guys are thugs.
Alright.
Let's go. We're getting there.
One less.
Okay, then you
Good
can
job.
move forward. She's gonna take one look at you, or she's gonna see if you cut down one of her guys, and she's going to move over with this large kind of jeweled mace. She moves over to the side, and this is head swing.
The dragon can?
Yes.
Okay, because she's gonna roll 2 on
And she basically move forward the jewel path. That's just on the side, as it moves to the side. It glances off your shoulder as jewels go smattering on the ground beside you that actually take no damage. She's going to immediately move to the side. She's going to take another attack. And it's going to take a second look around. She goes again.
Shooting out of my space.
No, you can still attack. No.
She doesn't move from her space. She's not attacking.
Where she's going to still side, you're going to take, you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you like hit the back of her mouth. And then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you're going to take 9 points Howling, you're gonna dance it in. Are you down?
Nope.
Good. Good. So that's a turn. She's gonna
Splash all
Yeah.
I like this.
I love it so much.
I start to laugh.
You start laughing with that half-word in front of you. You get to take this moment and you begin to launch her on the launch for your direction. What's your experience? You launch her against kind of on the side. You're gonna take a 7-point damage. You realize like goes immediately.
And my limbs just go and fall.
Fall to pieces.
And the armor really cascades through slicing through. And then rapidly it's just pop on the ground. Ground immediately. Jumbling all over the ground.
What?
Ground first place second, like almost playing popping hands on the ground.
I am still laughing.
What?
Alright.
What?
Here goes.
Meander.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, is she into me at any position?
You can do this. I'm not going to impose disadvantage. Because, like, you're
But if you roll a 1, you're gonna hit the other
Yep.
person.
That's my rule.
That's what I usually do.
What I'm gonna do is there's still an orc standing, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna shoot the orc with my crossbow, I think. Oh no, I missed regardless.
What is it?
2, so my total's like a 7.
So because you immediately fire the crossbow bolt, looks like it's gonna hit Rashir as it immediately goes off, and just before Ravana crumbles to pieces, an arrow tings off the side and sends his armor flying to the side of the wall. Good lord. Anything else you can do this round?
Nope.
Okay. Ruby.
Alright. Should I still cast protection? Should I just go for it?
It's a reaction. You can use protection whenever you have a reaction.
Okay, I have a reaction, so I cast
But
protection.
no, you have to cast it.
Oh.
You have to wait. Like when I was being attacked there,
Okay.
you could use protection to impose disadvantage on
I don't think I'm close enough to do
in theory, if I was
Yeah,
you.
you
Okay.
guys are pretty close right now.
Oh, I didn't know
So you can
that.
have-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you guys are in close
Within
range right now.
5
And
feet.
Rashir can attack you and then attack
Okay.
Val now.
Okay.
You guys are close.
Yeah, but that's okay.
No, but I'm talking about like the spell protection.
Yeah.
The spell protection?
It's not a spell, it's just a reaction.
Yeah, it's.
Because on here, let's see here.
Is
You
this like
talking about
with
protection for
D&D?
people who are
Yeah.
good?
No,
Yeah, because
maybe I call it the wrong name.
The protection is what you do when you impose disadvantage.
It's Shield of Faith. I don't know why I keep on saying protection.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shield of Faith buffs your AC by 2.
It's a bonus action.
Yeah.
It's concentration, but you
Yeah.
have a concentration spell going already. You
Oh,
can't cast
okay.
2 concentration spells.
Alright.
Sorry,
Oh, it's
I'm
okay.
the worst
It's
spell
fine.
lawyer.
No, it makes sense. Okay.
So I'm just going to
You're
fall.
a good rule boy.
Well, then I'm just gonna fall on attacker then.
Okay.
Oh god. Why am I rolling so bad today? Why?
Oh no. Put that one in jail.
No, but usually it rolls really well.
Thanks, cacks.
So I rolled a total of 10.
Nothing.
Nothing.
As he really goes to the side, goes to the side, you like sweat. Like at her, she just immediately doesn't even look. Doesn't even look. It
Yeah.
just deflects immediately off the high side of her armor, slashing in nothing.
Damn it.
Okay. Fair turn.
Yep.
What about your go?
Okay, I'm just gonna attack her again.
Good luck.
You can do it plus.
Still Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, and you still get the D4.
Right. Yes, I got a 4 to add to that.
Do you want your roll for these 10 because it's the other 4?
Can we change it after I roll it?
No.
No, you gotta call it first.
See, it's already much better.
Nice.
24.
Yeah, I think you got her.
Oh, nice.
you imagine the sight if I was like, you know what, you missed. Can you imagine if I did that?
Oh, so much better. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 13 damage.
You got her. Oh my
Oh.
god. Damn. Okay, as you immediately move forward with your axe, you just embed it directly into her sternum for a second, and just immediately pull it back out as red crimson begins to flow past staining her gold armor. All right.
To end my turn, I will just yell in her face. Ah!
Okay.
Should I roll intimidation?
Well, she's
Yes,
down.
I'll allow it.
That's crazy.
Ooh, 19.
Pardon?
Okay,
Last card is still kicking.
this one's going in there because it's
She is
easy to
unaffected.
use
She
my
doesn't even look.
die.
Look at her all. You see that the teeth just begin to like shine up even more. She begins to extend her lips even further, pursing into a large, toothy grin. Yeah, she's unaffected. Night Shadow, your go.
Okay.
That was fun.
So there's like one more guy left, right? Or
There's one more guy in her.
and her. Okay, yeah, she's still okay. Okay, so I'm
Because
gonna.
you're at the end of the initiative round, I'm going to ask you to roll perception.
Oh,
Oh wait, no, you're
Everyone?
everyone or
Nope,
just
just
my
Jackie?
God damn it! I don't even want to roll anymore. I don't even want. Okay, it's 3 plus whatever my perception is, which is
You don't see Dick.
yeah, it's 6 by the way, but
Well, I hope everyone has their pants on.
You don't see nothing.
I'm getting new dice. I was gonna get new golden dice to match her outfit or whatever. All right, so I'm gonna roll this. Oh shit! What am I doing? Okay, so the other guard who's already text, I'm gonna just
Yeah,
I'll just blast that.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, roll.
What is it? What is it?
I don't want to see it. It's a 4
You have
plus.
to legally say it. You can't just be like, you know what? No, I take it back.
Yeah, we're gonna
You
put
don't
this-
work that
what
way,
is
Jack.
Hex
It's a
do
7.
for you, though?
Okay.
Wait, what does Hex
fine.
do for you?
Huh?
What does Hex do
It
for
has an
you?
extra d6 in their pocket.
Oh no. Hex
Oh,
was-
whenever you hit.
Hex was
Okay.
already on the guy before to cast
Alright.
earlier. It's a bonus action.
Did you choose an ability check for him too? He has disadvantage when he hexes.
Oh, I did not. I know I announced that. I'm gonna choose. I'll just choose Protect Dex. Dex, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He
now
has
we know.
disadvantage on his dex
Yeah.
saves.
Keep forgetting about that.
Or
bonus
ability checks, like
Yeah.
his
My Eldritch Blast was a 7 total.
Yeah, you missed
But I
it.
missed it.
Yeah, as you immediately go forward, you look forward to the side. You can see 4 more guards enter into the space. 2 hobgoblins and two half-orcs. Yeah, these guys are not fucking around. They're gonna go last.
interesting choice.
Two
Everyone's in
hobgoblins.
pretty good shape, right?
As we go in, they kind of see a table in front as they kick over a table to create cover near the front of the door, and they're just going to take out bows and arrows immediately,
Yeah.
and they're going to try and fire at you.
At who exactly?
They're going to try and fire at Night Shadow.
What? I'm like the weakest one.
Yeah, one of them hits.
Oh my God.
Another one's a natural 20.
Oh.
Blood Mob with 2, you're also going to get 2 more attacks on the other side.
Oh, protection!
You protect me.
Okay.
Okay, great. It's great because I need
Which
them.
one are you going to deflect, 1 or 2?
2!
Two!
Technically, you should be.
I hate that laugh.
They still hit.
Oh my God.
But at least
One
you're
of them's
But
going
at
to
least it
attack,
wasn't 20.
attack Blood Mob.
Oh.
Okay, only one of them. So as the 2 hobgoblins need to go through the other side, they kick over 2 tables, creating cover for them near the front of the entrance. They begin to go and fire. Night Shadow, you take
Oh no.
2 arrows immediately go to the side as you cast Eldritch Blast. One of the arrows goes immediately through your bicep onto the other side. On the other side, 7 points of piercing damage. As you look to the side, another one goes through as an arrow glances off the side of the neck.
Oh my
Next, striking
God.
you down for 4 points of slashing damage.
Yes, I'm
That's
totally.
11.
I'm down. I'm like unconscious. I'm just like
Zero hit
zero
points.
hit points.
Alright, whose turn is it next?
Okay.
Can I say one last thing before I go unconscious? I say I hate this mission. I didn't even agree to
Why
this.
did we do
I
this?
should have followed that vampire. Ugh.
Now I need you to make a life or death saving
No,
throw.
we don't.
Oh, no, you don't. Right?
Thank you.
My hand
I have a quick
reaches
rules
towards-
question about temporary hit points.
Yes.
Do they bring someone back up?
No, if you have temporary hit points,
And you cast something that gives temporary hit points on someone who's unconscious.
I think that would work technically, but it's only
Technically.
temporary. Yeah.
Okay. But I guess if you're unconscious, you can't see your hero, can you?
No.
So, alright, well I tried. In which case I'm using a bonus action You use a bonus action and expend one superiority die to bolster the resolve of one of your companions, in this case, Shoal or Alarm. When you do so, you choose a friendly creature who can see or hear you. You only have to be able to see or hear me.
Don't you have to be able to?
I can yell. I have 1 HP right
None
now.
of you, none of you in terms of character-wise know
But
exactly
you have
what
no
that
idea
is.
what's going
No, I
on,
know.
but I have 1 HP. Yeah, out of character you probably have an idea, and Ruby, if you didn't know, you know for sure now.
Yeah. Well, because Ruby's dumb.
You'll be like, oh, I get it! Because we had a talk last
Yeah.
episode. Anyway, so you are going to get temporary HP equal to the superiority die plus my charisma modifier.
What's your gender? I'm a skeleton.
What's your gender?
So you get,
Dan?
you get,
What's
you
your
get,
advanced bonus?
you get two temporary.
There's also like a meme that's online. It's just like choose your gender and it says male, female. You know, it's just like hardcore.
Hardcore, yeah.
Why not both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hardcore gender.
Alright, and that's my turn for now.
Okay, cool. It's gonna be Sheila's turn. Sheila's gonna move forward and try to strike Blood Maw.
Bring it.
That one hits.
My AC is
So-
18.
Yeah, they got a natural 19 to 17.
Okay.
Sticks. Remember, they rolled like shit. They rolled like shit. So altogether, you take 8 bludgeoning damage from 2 attack rolls, one to the side of the leg, and another one to the side of the ribs. Just be like immediately as gems begin to fly on the ground. You get the kind of sense that this mace, although is very lovely and beautiful, not very functional for attacking things. It's more or less ruining this lovely mace. Your turn. Half Orc's gonna move towards you, Ruby, to attack. And they're gonna miss horribly as they go for a really long launcher swing and begin to swing forward entirely. So, your go. Shoal or Ruby, it's your go.
Do you want to go?
I mean, I was probably just gonna shoot that half orc by that crossbow again.
Go ahead.
I still have D4, right? Well, I got a natural 20.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Show
We need that right now.
You
So.
guys need a lot. You guys need all you can get right now. This went really poorly, guys.
I
rolling like
shouldn't have shot
dick.
Yeah.
the orc, but.
You guys may want to handle this a little bit more strategically. Go in and maybe try to
And
Ruby's
8,
dumb.
maybe nice
Ruby
about this.
rushes in.
Maybe discuss a little bit more. No,
18
fucker.
piercing damage.
I mean,
Holy shit! Alright, as you begin to fire your crossbow, immediately the half orc begins to swing at Ruby. As Ruby, you go to dodge just out of the way.
Yeah.
A flying arrow immediately just impales him in the
Face.
face. He just falls forward for a second. He kind of like stumbles over, drops his longsword, and just falls backward. Arrow through his skull. He's gone. Oh.
Is
are
there
there
anything?
enemies around the
Now
bits
it's
of meat?
Yeah, that guy was, but
That's
now
it?
he fell on top of you.
Is there
So
any?
as you really go backwards, you feel this harsh clank of your armor against other armor as you fall down to the ground.
Is there anything to hide behind around here?
Right now this is kind of like a very heated battle. I mean, like there are some curtains that are right into the wall, but you did just like totally shoot a guy in the face. That is something that draws attention. That is not something like incognito die.
Line of sight, exactly. Okay, that's fine.
Their turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so it's my turn,
Yes.
right? I say, good. I'm like, good boy, Shoal. And then I use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith.
Concentration spell. You
Oh,
lose
sorry, I
plus.
forgot. Well then I will just turn towards the people at the door and I will spit fire at them.
Holy shit!
Oh,
Alright.
wow.
Alright. Wait, you have to roll.
Yeah, I have to roll. You just
Oh,
don't tell me damage.
Dragonborn.
Where's my damage? It is.
And the hexed guy is dead, right? Oh,
Yeah,
the hex
that
is
was-
gone
yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah,
unconscious.
Unaffected.
What's your DC, by the way?
My AC?
Your
DC.
Oh, my DC.
For your breath weapon.
I think it's 12.
Should be like 8
That would
plus.
be your paladin DC.
Okay. Oh, I think
Your
you're
breath weapon is a different DC.
It's depending on your race.
No, it says DC 12 right there.
DC 12 what?
For your breath weapon?
Yeah.
DC 12
Dex.
what?
It's a dex save.
Oh,
a
it's a
so-
dex save, sorry.
Just making sure.
Finger.
Okay.
Hold on.
Making sure.
Yep.
Okay, so as you really cast for
Yeah.
2, can you please give me your damage rolls, please?
Alright. That's 6. And that's. So a total of 8.
Holy shit! All right. All right. Oh my god, that's rough. So you immediately spit fire over to the guys that were just firing arrows.
Uh-huh.
Blessed.
Oh
It's
yeah.
attack.
But it's an attack roll.
It's not
Oh, that's
an
a-
attack
That's
roll.
on attack rolls.
That's on
or
attack
saves?
rolls, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's not an
saves.
attack roll or saving throw.
Yeah.
So they immediately begin to go for it, even though they have the cover of the
Yeah.
table in front of you. You immediately incinerate one table blasting off to the side. The hobgoblin and the half-orc present on the side immediately erupt into flames onto the side. It's like, ah! They immediately go to the side. One of them throws their bow on the ground. Another one begins to run outside. On the side. Two of them that are there.
Oh no! Don't let that
They're
one leave.
also one of them also just managed to duck inside around cover at the time, only getting like bits of their arm on top of the shoulders, top of the head. They begin to look up. You can see like part of their faces are burned and reddened and blistered. But that was a really devastating attack. Okay, after that, Bloodbaw, your go.
what I
Okay.
wanted Yeah.
Is Aisha within range of me?
You take an attack of opportunity. If you
Just
get to her from the shield.
It's gonna be my whole turn. How's my opponent looking?
She looks like she can go for a bit.
Fuck. Fine.
She doesn't look. She looks almost from the way you're able to like tell from your ability in combat sessions
Yeah.
that she's very well trained and not trained in a fighting style that's local.
Okay.
This is a very
All right.
rare type of fighting
I
style.
will cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
There's
There's 1d8 plus your casting modifier, so for you it'd be wisdom.
My character doesn't even know if I can cure you. Because remember I tried to cure that imp and
Was
I
that what?
heard it?
You have no
Your wisdom
idea.
modifier.
You have no idea.
Would it even be? You can't
nice.
hear me,
Alright,
right?
heal 9 damage.
Oh, you can hear?
I'm fine.
Excellent.
Okay.
Don't worry about the person. They're a-okay.
They're doing great. There.
I'm confused that you fell apart.
They're lying around.
Yeah, you know, just kind of leaving my things everywhere.
They're just hovering above ground right now.
I gotta pull myself together.
Let's get together. Yeah.
Mark, what's the confusion here?
I'm just deciding what to do with my bonus action.
Well, you already have
Kick
concentration
ass.
right now because you have Hunter's Mark on.
Correct.
Which means you can use your bonus action as long as that action is not a concentration.
Correct.
You can't attack something. I learned the other day is that you can't attack with a weapon. But you can't add any modifiers. Same as dual handing.
Oh, like with offhand.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it say that?
Unless you have
That's-
unless
No,
you have
no,
a specific ability
No, not with.
for 2-weapon fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not dueling.
I would like to
It's handy for shields.
overrun
I mean, it's handy in general.
overrun them to get towards Aisha.
Overrun.
Yes, you can use his bonus action to move through a hostile space by winning opposing strength checks.
Oh, right.
Holy fuck.
So you're gonna try and get through her, like to knock her on the ground? Like, how
Yeah.
does this work? Okay. So it knocks her prone, essentially.
Yes.
In
Okay.
theory.
So it's a strength check.
Remember, you're blessed.
Oh, and I'm blessed. No, that's an attack.
Yeah.
It's okay though.
But
20,
but
not
it's a
natural.
saving throw, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Oh no.
It's a check.
Okay, it's a check.
So
Okay.
immediately, as you begin to just trample forward with both paws hitting the ground with a judging stride, you begin to move forward, duck down, lower your center of gravity as your legs just begin to flex on the ground. You like batter against her with your shield and battle axe. You begin to like move her forward as her legs begin to drag over the side, coiling up and rug underneath her as her armor just begins to stand true for a second, and just the last moment you and just push forward as she falls down on the ground. Her mace goes flying away from her.
Yeah!
That's heroic.
Although I think prone
That's my
creatures
turn.
can still take an attack of opportunity,
Yes.
they just will have disadvantage.
Yes.
But she lost her mace.
That's
Their turn?
Yep, that's all I can
Really
do.
hard.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright.
Aisha's unconscious.
I'm unconscious.
Life or death saving
Oh,
throw.
yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, so I roll a d20 for that.
Yes.
Please stop rolling on your book. Please roll on the
Yeah,
table.
roll on anything else. Do you have a local graveyard that you prefer? Because that's what I love
Come
what
on.
you're doing.
Alright.
Woo!
That's a lot better. It's 11 plus,
Hey, yeah, you're good. No
Oh,
pluses.
great, great,
no
cool,
pluses.
cool.
It's
Okay.
fine.
It's just not under
Yeah,
10.
it's not a death.
Nice.
It's not a death.
Cool.
You didn't fail.
Oh, thank God.
After that one of
Stop
the
rolling your book.
Yeah, I know.
the one person that's
Only
the
resulted
one
in once.
like pretty much still on fire hobgoblin is gonna move to the side of the door and then fire out another arrow at probably at What's your AC? Sorry?
16.
16? Yeah, as you immediately go forward, you see an arrow begin to bend outside of the door frame. It begins to fire at you, but you're just like, ah! He just like moves to the side immediately. Immediately, you just go completely soft to the side. Next up, the two others are gonna fire a blood maw. That one hits. What's your AC, sorry?
18.
18. Okay, so two arrows immediately go flying into your direction. One of them just gets bounced off your shield. The other one just gets you right in the shoulder. And you take 3 points of piercing damage.
Oh no!
Immediately to the side, on the side, this little blood just begins to splash over the side of the ground. For a second, as you're not even concerned, in a moment's notice, you just take the handle of your battle axe and just break off the shaft onto the side. After that, we're all the way up to Ravnu.
So how many are there in the doorway?
There are 3 right now. One of them is very close to death.
3 of them plus Rashira, correct?
Yeah.
4 total?
Yes. This was a fight. Because
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I thought it would be a duel, but whatever.
Let's
Bardis
see.
is under no obligation to be truthful to you.
What a jerk.
I mean, it was, and this person did not really seem like the type to agree to
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was
Yeah.
like kill a slaver or kill
Yeah.
someone who
Yeah.
helps their community.
Yeah.
Who's a Lou decision?
Who is a little
I would have
dick?
proposed
Oh.
I would have proposed a trap, but that's not my place.
Yeah.
Alright. I am
Ruby
gonna
decision.
delay my turn for now.
Going to delay.
Yeah.
Rashira's going to move forward. She's going to just pop back up from the space that she was, and she's going to take out a longsword that's present to her side. And she's going to attempt to attack you.
Well, was their whole turn spent getting up?
No, her movement.
Half her movement.
half.
Oh, okay.
She is going to attack twice with the longsword. Sword. First one she misses. Second one she misses. So she begins to go forward. She just be like, and she begins to move forward with the shield. As you move to the side again, and she begins to flank the other side of the arm. You hit it again. You can get off the side. That's gonna be your turn right now. Now it's hers. Show your go.
So all of the other, how many people are there behind cover right now?
2 of them are behind cover right now.
And the dragon's the only one who's not behind cover.
Yes, they're
Okay.
right now.
Alright, I'm gonna take
What
another
is up with this Spotify, man?
crossbow shot at her.
I do not understand.
That's her best attack
I'm
option
so
right now.
confused. Why do you turn off and on?
Is that too cocked or does that roll count?
That's cards.
It's not.
It's not
No,
cocked.
It's not cocked.
No, it
It is
wasn't.
sort of.
Okay, then it's not cards.
Okay. Well, I mean that's like that's a lot to hit.
It's like 18 plus 4, was
Plus
it?
4 plus another 4. Oh no, plus 3. So 18
six.
plus 7, whatever that means, 25 or something.
Over 20 to hit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Spotify has just stopped working completely.
Next time.
That's cool.
Okay, so it's a hit, 25.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who are you hitting exactly?
I'm shooting the dragon.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll, it's a 5.
What was your roll exactly?
To hit?
Yeah.
To hit was
So
like
it's
a
18 plus 4.
Yeah,
plus
you're okay.
seven. Yeah.
She was just gonna try and do something if you were.
So 5 plus 3 is 8, and I'm gonna use my 2 points of Fury of the small damage to make it a total of 10 piercing damage.
Holy shit! Alright, you get fire forward. She begins to get up and begins to swipe a blood maw. One of the arrows immediately pierces the side of her sternum again, and with one fell move, she breaks down the bottom of the shaft, and you can tell that she's starting to get pretty injured now. Now she begins to move forward. Great.
So does Sanctuary need concentration since you played a Pally?
I play a paladin in my
I'm
other game
pretty
like
su-
it's my job.
Because I'm pretty sure I just looked it up, and it said all it does is
I have to check, because Sanctuary is not one I cast a lot, but
Okay.
I absolutely cast Shield of Faith all the time.
Okay, here it is, Sanctuary.
Bonus action, duration 1 minute, you can cast it.
Okay, I'm going to cast Sanctuary on you.
Yay.
They have to roll a wisdom save to attack you.
Ooh.
And if they fail, they must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell.
Yeah.
It doesn't protect you from area effects such as an explosion
Yeah.
or like fireball.
Then I'm
Alright,
going
right.
to run and heal Aisha. I'm going to put
If you attack or cast a spell that affects an enemy creature, Sanctuary will end.
a spell.
If you attack or cast.
So if I attack them, it's over.
I mean, you could grapple her right at you.
No, grapple's an
Would it
attack.
count as an attack?
But
It's
it's
a
on.
special attack.
Okay.
Maybe I should have put the sanctuary on you because I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an attack.
Okay.
It says instead.
Already claimed it. I can't take it back.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run to you. How many points of healing?
It's 5 times your paladin level. So you have 15 points of lay on hands.
15 points of lay on hands. All right. So I am going to give you 10.
10 points, just
Oh, how?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
10.
just get it. Just
Okay.
by touch.
great. I love that.
And I think that's an action, right?
Yes.
Backseat paladin.
And I'm gonna make sure when I'm kneeling beside you to heal you, I'm going to have my shield up, facing towards the door where people are shooting arrows. So I'm like covering you, so they can't hit you. They can only hit me.
I love you. And then like, heroically look back into life and look at you for the first time again. I'm like,
With the beautiful eyelashes. Don't do that.
dude, I see that like
Flutter.
angelic, yeah, the flutter. Oh,
Thank you for the greeting.
is this heaven? Oh no, it's
That's
just
your turn?
it's just-
Yes.
What about your go?
Okay, well, Sanctuary ain't gonna stop me from attacking someone, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fucking attack.
Yeah, sorry.
That spell slot's just gone.
That spell's just gone.
Sorry.
Oh, it's good
No, I
for
didn't know that it went.
rotated.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it went away.
Sorry.
Now I know.
It's gonna be down.
And you always half the battle.
Always read your spell descriptions.
Well, it doesn't say that in there though.
Yes, it
Yeah, it does.
does.
It says at the bottom.
You've probably gone to this as
Oh,
a
it says
spell,
in
but
there.
it's absolutely there. I knew because I read it.
I do because it's right here.
That's not good at all. I think I missed.
What is it?
It's a 9.
Yeah, you missed it altogether. So the spell's not gone.
Oh, it continued
Oh,
on
wait, no, no, it's still an
Still
attack.
made an
It's still
attack.
made
It
an
continued on the
attack.
other page. I thought it ended there.
Oh, no, sorry.
Is that all you're gonna do, Limbo?
That's okay.
Live there.
I could just try to shove them again as a bonus.
Push!
Do it.
Yeah.
Like last time, so it worked really well. I'll do that. Strength check?
Yep.
Oh,
Shove him.
love that. Tackle him
I'm
down.
gonna use this dice.
That one's a traitor too.
It's a traitor.
What is it?
Burn it!
Yeah, she immediately just like pushes you immediately back.
That's
Back
okay.
without even thinking about it.
That's okay.
Nice shot, I believe you have a turn.
I did turn. Wow.
Half your move is to
Great.
stand.
Happy moving to stand and
Okay,
you
yeah.
stay behind.
Yeah. So I stand from where I am, and
You have powerful spells.
yeah, I do.
And
Irish.
Shira!
I'm a hex. Yeah, I'm a hex her now.
Okay.
Yeah, hex her. Does wounds action.
Which thing would you like your or impose disadvantage on?
Oh wait.
Strength or dex? I think.
Strength is strength.
Just-
It's
yeah.
way less damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strength is the melee.
I'll choose strength to do her disadvantage now.
Okay.
If she gets
You just
hexified.
keep pushing her on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So I was thinking, okay, so I hex her,
Pushing.
and then I'll just blast her on the table. By the way, holy shit, I almost went wrong.
Yeah!
Yeah, sorry, 19!
Yeah!
Oh,
Boom, boom, boom,
yeah!
boom.
God.
Do
Alright.
something useful.
Winner, dang it.
What's up
Okay.
now?
Don't blame her. She's
1D.
rich. She's not used to doing things.
I can do everything. I Cthulhu too. I love Cthulhu. Alright, so the D10, the 9, plus, wait, hold on. Wait.
Plus your hex damage.
Yeah, plus what is just on
D6.
D6, yeah.
It's not automatically.
Oh shit. Wait, just.
No, the goal
You got
I'm
it.
sorry.
Yeah!
Oh my god, it's 15. 15.
Holy shit! So you from your
That's
bottom
applause.
up to the bottom, you just like lift up your hand with just bright, almost blackish English map.
Yes!
Runs up the veins through your fingernail,
Yes!
nails curving around your hand, you blast forward, hitting her square in the chest. She just immediately, and some of the gold just begins to turn
Yeah.
black, defiling, almost turning and wrinkling around her for a second, and the aura present in her chest begins to change and swell, almost in weird waves of reality.
Wow, that's
Bending her inner organs.
That's-
Oh my god, Jesus Christ!
What an epic return. Oh my
Holy
god.
shit! Alright. And now we're going to get physical. One of the Hobgoblins is going to move over and attack you.
Oh!
Am
Oh!
I still standing over
Yeah.
you?
You are, you are.
Yes.
We
Yes.
can get up, yeah.
So they're going to try to attack you. Are you going to...
And post this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start action.
And then you move
Yes.
forward, you gotta toss the bow, is going to move up and try to attack the hand axe here. And the hand axe is going to go forward towards you, aiming directly towards your head. The corner of the shield just slams the axe against the wall. And
Ruby's like,
yeah.
getting very angry.
2 arrows are going to launch up and you immediately try to attack Ruby.
Problem. Let's take it.
Never mind, both of the fucking misses 2 arrows and they go flying out again on shield duty, moving to the side. To the side, 2 arrows move to the side, you just with a wide swing of your arm, bash them away. Wait a second, losing them nothing, splinters on the ground. After that, we're up to wrap.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Moment. Oh wait, how many are left?
How many are left? Right now, still 4.
How do they look?
Two of the one half orc and one hobgoblin is pretty fucking rough. The other half orc was pretty fresh, as well as Rashira is looking. She's looking pretty bad.
Oh wait.
She is going to move up and leave. We're going to cast Flame. Yeah. Again, he's done that many rounds. I need everybody here to make a dex check.
You do?
Well, yeah, you're gonna fail on that, actually.
Yeah, I just say like,
Yeah, sorry.
oh damn, actually.
Good.
Can I have my turn?
Yes, you may have your turn.
I mean, it won't matter because I take half, right?
No, you take full.
No, I take half if I succeed, right?
Well,
Is that how
you're
it works?
currently in rubble.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. Here's my thinking. I pull my shit together and make the dex. I pass the save. I take half the damage, correct? Fuck. I'll just take the damage.
Yeah, you're gonna take full.
Because I have 1 HP, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yes.
So,
Everybody give me an extra, please.
24.
What's the
Pass.
setup?
Uh,
Because I was like as far away as
do
total.
you need the
Yeah,
to
he-
see if I die?
he might not even be in range.
I believe it's going to mainly affect Bloodmaw and Ruby at this point.
And Aisha stand behind us.
Kind of
So
awesome.
I think it's going to be Ruby, Bloodmaw.
Because you're not near
And
us
you
at
guys
all.
make that check, please.
Yeah. I got 17.
You pass. Ruby?
I rolled an 11.
Fail.
It's okay, you're like.
No, it's okay, I took half damage.
She rolled pathetically. So the flame comes towards you for a split second. You remember the incendiary thing that came previously. As it launches towards you, all of you who passed, which is most of you,
Yeah.
you take 5 points of fire damage. Those of you who fail take 10 points of
But I
fire
still
damage.
take 5.
Yes! You really launches forward as you get to move
Did the
forward.
guards get that
Move
too?
forward? No, they're just out of range right now.
Yeah.
Only at 50 foot
They're
threat.
still standing at the door.
Yeah, she knows the shit out of her. As she gets to move forward, she's going to stop. She's going to try and push Bloodmaw away.
Advantage on her chest.
Do I do a check for this?
Yes, you need a little strength check.
Oh! No, wait. No, it's just safe.
12.
She just pushes you immediately to the side. You begins to walk up immediately to Ruby. She's going to take an attack of opportunity to you.
Oh, great. Yes, do it.
Mad at me.
11 plus 5. 16.
You hit her just barely.
Great. Damage.
Yes.
6, so 11 damage.
Shit. Okay. So you immediately go to the side of the battle.
Don't walk away from me.
Smash her immediately in the shoulder, and as you begin to just go on the side, you get part of the shoulder, just drag the battle axe across her shoulder there as you move forward. So you guys go.
It's my. Wait. You go first. Okay. Alright.
So what's the setup right now?
Right now, you're just at the side across the wall. You're about like maybe 10 feet away from Rashira.
And so,
like,
is she...
50 feet away from the
Is,
hostile.
am I in combat range with her?
Yeah.
Okay, and how close is Ravno to me?
Oh, like, far away. At this point.
So did I or did I not hit by fire?
You did like hit one on the left, like the cone kind of more or less to the right side of the room.
So it would have
Yeah, it would have been fine.
Alright, then I'm okay. I thought for a minute I was gonna have to start making
I'm
things.
gonna shoot.
I am... Yeah, you go first.
13 plus 5.
Hit.
Okay. 60.
How do I do this?
Yeah!
I mean, I think it's a. I'm just assuming this is a fluke, and I just like happen to hit her
You didn't
somewhere
even
vital.
look?
That's it.
As you go to the side, you see a lot of people you were traveling with begin to roast on the flames erupting from Rashira's mouth. Kind of move to the side with like a kind of a blinky gaze. You just kind of aim the crossbow broadly at her, almost trying to get it to keep her drying out the other side of your eyes. The crossbow fires in the other direction.
That would have been a miss about those.
Yeah. You need to put her she just fires in general direction. Rashira moves forward and she begins to slice at Ruby. Her crossbow bolt immediately flies through the air, hits her in the neck, and just as she begins to like swipe forward, one of her legs immediately gives out from under her, and she like falls down immediately onto the ground onto the side.
So are we still
And she
in
begins to
turn
bleed
order?
out. Yeah, still are.
I love that so much.
Holy shit.
So I'm going to...
But now I'm gonna go hide behind a curtain.
Okay.
Well, I will use my hide bonus action.
Okay.
Ooh, I got an natural 20
Nice! So
behind
you
a
really
curtain.
go to the side. Go to the side, you just find the nearest corners.
Yes.
Serious curtain that is not on fire, you just go to the side, and you just take a corner on the corner and bring up your legs just for a second. You wrap your body into the curtain. The curtains are just like kind of draped inside a small curtain cocoon.
Ruby's going to run to Raveno's side and be like, I knew there was something weird about you. Can I heal you?
Raveno's side
As
is
you
over
move-
there, but the
as
rest
you
of
move to the
Raveno is
side-
over
do you
there.
collect- are you gonna collect my
That
head?
half-orc that was present there is going to take an attack of opportunity.
Alright.
Oh, they hit.
What
They
did it
hit
hit?
for
I
sure.
knew him, Ruby.
21.
Okay.
Alas.
So the axe immediately grabs you onto the
Yeah.
side and takes you for 7 slashing damage. Then immediately goes off the side of the armor. And as one of them sees Rashira fall, they just get a quick swipe, and as they look over to the other side, they speak in half-orc.
Yeah.
They speak half-orc.
Right, you speak orc.
They're just gonna go, bosses down, let's get the fuck out of here.
I shout after them.
Run
In
quickly.
orcish. Go tell Wind. What was his name?
Windarm!
Windarm. Go tell Windarm the blood price has been paid.
Windhelm.
And the one that
Yeah.
gets a quick swipe on you is just going to immediately bolt outside the door.
Alright, so...
Sure, roll intimidation or persuasion.
You can roll, well, your persuasion is like, please tell boss.
Yeah, okay.
Intimidation is, fuck you, I hate you, please leave or you die.
So intimidation.
Well, like,
Do it!
I guess, yeah.
Okay, that's not good. It's only 5.
You're
Not
like,
great.
Okay.
your voice
Your
cracks.
hair's still pink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is this
okay.
something?
You're like, oh, she's
I'm
cute.
sorry.
I mean, if it was concentration, it'd be 1.
Yeah, it went away. It went away.
I'm gonna roll a check at disadvantage. So you may still be able to scare the living shit out of me. But not this day. As they just begin to run out, you can see the other two at the end of the side table just begin to notch into the air in your guys' direction as they immediately just begin to like put the arrow down, look at each other for a second, make like a silent nod, and they just begin to run out of the building.
So,
Run and snatch one of them.
You can give me a. Actually. Wait, whose turn was it last? It was Ruby's turn.
it's Ruby's turn.
Yeah, so they're not technically out of combat yet. Sorry. So next actually would be Blood
Oh,
Monster.
well, but I was doing.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah,
done my
no,
thing.
yeah, no, yeah.
So you see me run at you, take, I guess, like an axe hit to the side as I get down beside you. Like, I knew there was something off about you.
I assume you're talking to my head?
Yes. It's like, can I heal you?
No, leave it!
It's like, can I do anything at all?
No, leave it! Finish the fight!
So I guess I'll turn around, and they're pretty far away now, right?
One of the nearest one was just striking us about 10 feet away.
Yeah. I'm just going to roar, leave, and intimidate. Let's see here. What's my intimidation? Oh, I rolled a 1!
Natural
I'm like,
one.
leave!
You're already intimidated. You like get this squeakly kind of.
Yeah.
With immediately,
Yeah.
immediately boils out of your reptilian like
Yeah.
So they're already attempting to leave. So
Yeah.
in a way, you're successful.
Yeah!
Now it's my turn.
And you take it to heart. Yes,
Yeah.
it's Bloodlong's
Okay.
turn.
As a bonus action, I move my Hunter's Mark to one of them.
Okay. Is the one that's closest to you?
Yes.
Okay.
And I want to go up and grapple them and like just lift them. They're goblins, right?
No, this one that is closest is a half.
Okay. Well, fine.
There is a hobgoblin.
There is a hobgoblin.
Oh, okay. So that hobgoblin's still not that small. Anyway, I want to grapple them and just like shout in their ear, "Go tell Windarm the blood price."
Do you want to do a grapple check or do you just want to yell at them?
Intimidate!
See, intimidate didn't work so well last time.
Yeah.
Just
so-
grab him!
Yeah, I'd grab them before they run away, and
Go
then
tell
at
Billy
the end I
this.
want to toss them out the door.
Okay, is you gonna make a grapple check with this guy?
Yes. And that
Which
is
is
strength.
Yeah,
It's an
for-
athletics
it's an
roll.
athletics check.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Opposing.
That's athletics, and then it's opposed by their athletics.
20,
or
non-natural.
athletics.
They're unsuccessful. As you are merely like grab them by the side of
Yeah.
the arm and just like take them with their shoulders and slam them against the wall.
Yeah, and I snarl at him. I guess now I could intimidate and be like, "Go tell Windarm the blood price has been paid."
Give me an intimidation check, I suppose, with advantage.
That's better. Natural 1 and a natural 20.
As you begin to yell at them,
God.
little bits of snarly bits of drool and froth from the side of your lips just begin to like yell at them the command, and you can kind of see his face just like immediately shrink inside themselves for a minute as his almost eyes as big as dinner plates.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Good!
Yes!
And I throw them out the door.
Okay, as you really like toss them over to the other side, the wood burnt table that's there, you immediately throw one guy as the wood burnt table immediately explodes from the impact of throwing him. As he just like immediately just begin to like get up and go to the door.
Is the archer guy still in there?
Pardon?
Okay.
Is the guy who hit me still in there?
That was the dude.
Okay.
Combat is over. I'd like to take a break.
It is
Yeah,
not. But after.
Yeah.
You're going.
Oh shit! All right. Well, wait. So who is still like they're?
They're all near the table right now, so it's really a choice of whether or not you want to let them go or you want to leave them even more bruised.
I'm just gonna fire and I'll just blast them on them.
And
Anyone
at the
in
butt.
particular?
At the
Into
butt,
the
at the
butt.
butt of one of them that's running along, like the nearest one. I'm still pissed that I died almost. Doesn't even matter. It's an 8 plus whatever. It's a 10, 13, 11.
You're blessed.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm blessed.
Yeah.
11
1d4.
plus 1d4. Okay, 11 plus. Oh my god, thank you guys. Okay.
Jesus.
And I forget.
Hashtag blessed.
14 total.
Hit.
I hit. I hit. Asshole. All right.
Hit him in the asshole.
Yeah. You bring the asshole.
Right in the asshole.
Yeah, bring the asshole.
Drill him with
Yeah. That's a 3 plus. Also, I have not been doing this, so it's 3 plus. Okay, so the hex. Probably because I can like move the hex by the way. I read that.
Yeah, but you need to.
Oh,
You
God,
had
okay.
to claim it.
Tell me.
I had
Yeah.
And Rashira dies.
I had
Yeah.
agonizing blast, which because I had a eldritch incantation, which I haven't been doing afterwards earlier, and it just adds a +3 to eldritch blast.
So total?
So it was 3 plus 3, which is 6.
6 points of force.
Yes, as you immediately go,
Damage in the
you go
butt.
forward, the guy that's
I
sitting
love
right
it.
next to the table that was kind of sitting up that was unwounded, he immediately looks up as the guy thrown through the ashburn table is onto the ground as he looks up at him, and the moment he looks over at you, you take his face cleanly off of an eldritch blast as he flies down to the
His
ground.
face just melts from
Yeah, yeah,
necrotic
he was like,
energy.
you're like a part of it, like, it takes his face and
It's
slaps
more
it onto the wall.
Indiana
It's-
Jones,
it's-
like,
It is immediately
I thought
awful.
you
Eldritch
hit the
damage.
butt.
It's force damage.
As he immediately
It's like getting
falls-
hit really hard in the face. Basically, Aisha has degloved his face.
Oh.
You know, like
I'm
ring
sorry.
avulsion? It's to his face.
As it immediately falls down to
That's
the ground
really
dead, you
gross.
just see
Damn.
like a flesh this layer that just remains underneath it as the other guys they're now
Don't fuck
now
with
the
the
half
Hulu.
orc and the hobgoblin that is there. They both begin to like pat each other on the shoulders, and they both just begin to run out of the building.
Don't fuck
And
with
we are going to
warlocks.
take a break here. Because
Yeah.
that was
Yeah. That was a good battle. Holy shit, it was
That
like
was
dramatic, and then
I
like.
mean, I apologize. I had a feat that I should have been using where I could deal an extra D8 damage on a creature that was below its HP max.
I was concerned that I was going to kill you guys
Yeah,
off.
I was
Well,
like, this
So
is
that's
it.
my fault.
We
Make a
made
new
some
character sheet.
bad choices. Although I was not in favor of fighting
Sooner.
immediately.
It's fine.
And I want that known.
Whatever.
Good job, guys.
I'll learn my.
Stop recording or no? Or keep it recording? Or
Yeah,
what the
right.
fuck?
No,
Let's
stop.
just stop. Let's just
Yeah.
take 20 minutes, 15
Stop
minutes.
and go down the audacity.
Oh my god! Wait, we need to do that thing where we're.
Because last
Oh, yeah,
time when you did
vocal
vocal warm-ups, you tripped over
Yeah, I
the
did.
significantly less.
Yeah, I did. The problem with breathing, for some strange odd reason, I have a
We were
breathing
talking
problem.
so fast when we started.
How fast was I talking, Mark?
Like, so fast.
I'm gonna look up Shakespearean insults. Is this what
How much do you hate the robots?
Thou
Hey,
causing
boss.
sacrifice.
I don't know why. I love the no fucks given or I have zero fucks to give memes.
Oh.
I know they're trashy, but I don't care. But my favorite one is like a hand knit one.
Yes,
Where,
I've
where,
seen it.
where it's just like, what dost thou look upon my fuck field? Thou wilt see that it is barren.
Yeah, it's look thou and see that it is barren. That was what I got out of my English
Oh,
degree.
it's so
I
good.
always know my early modern English word order.
At it, you shall see that it is barren.
Behold. Lo, for it is empty.
It is empty, yeah.
It's the needle point that kills me. It's the fact that somebody did it in needle point that like fucking kills me. Because that means somebody had time, and two, they thought it was so lovely that they made it.
Or fucking funny. It is
Oh,
amazing
so
what a
now you're
person
ready to
will
go
do
to
if they
the-
think that it's
Yeah,
funny.
Okay.
Oh,
So I
wait.
gotta do a clap take. So whenever
Okay,
Brett's done
here
his
comes.
vocal warm-ups.
Oh, wait, you
Your mama.
3-inch fool? Taming of Shrew.
That's accurate.
3 inch.
His wit is as thick as Tewksbury mustard.
Not very good.
I am a pigeon livered and lack of gal.
Not very good.
I am sick when I do look upon thee.
Hit me again.
I
I want
must
it.
tell you in a friendly ear, sell what you can, and you are not for all markets. That was pretty mean.
Go again.
I'll beat thee, but I would infect my hands.
Oh, that's like the Simpsons episode of
Brett, do it in your regular GM voice because you don't stutter when you're doing
I scorn you, scurvy.
doing GM voice. That's my struggle.
My wife's a honey.
Character, you could go through it flawlessly. So.
Peace, you fat guts. Citizen Henry's Fort.
Not the best
Peace, you-
Henry.
Peace, ye fat guts. I'm just gonna start saying that on the regular.
Calling people hedgehog is a pretty good Shakespeare tactic too.
Is that it?
Isn't that true?
No, they call people a hedgehog. Well, it was mostly that was mostly for Richard. The third.
Dude, but like, what does that mean?
Hedgehog? I mean, it's just an animal, but they were making fun of his punch.
Okay.
They were really mean to him, so it's no wonder he killed everybody.
Thine face is not worth sunburning.
Did he run very fast?
Thou art a boil, a plague sore. Thou art as fat as butter. Damn. Thou damned and luxurious mountain goat. Thou elfish mark. Pardon?
Abortive hog. Richard III. That's my favorite.
Aborted Rudy.
I'm just like,
No,
I'm,
I'm at the
Fucking
very
goofy.
edge in between us.
if I'm reaching for it.
Yeah. Oh,
Thanks for adjusting cameras.
Okay.
Thy sin is not accidental, but a trade. Okay. Previously on the adventure, we managed to get the party inside of Lakereach itself. But shortly after reaching the gates of Shantytown, the party met up with a certain member of the Scourge, as well a renegade faction of the Thieves Guild, and met with Bardus Windarm, who essentially gave you guys the quest in order to get through the second gates, which is essentially the Scourge of Shantytown. You were given a quest to slay a dragonborn on the other side of town, who was a slaver to Windarm itself. he asked you to prove your worth in blood to go slay Rashira yourself. So naturally, you made your way over through the shanty town up to the small compound where she was holding a collection of slaves. You managed through your wily charms, which were not very wily, nor were they charms, through a gate through the help of a half-orc who was mildly stupid, who you then slayed on the inside of the compound.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
God.
The
You
inside
wanted
of
a
the
day off
compound.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
they've got a day off forever.
Oh.
Did we ever figure out what cloak Shoal is wearing, by the way? We found a cloak last game
No.
that I don't think we ever figured out what it did. Anyway,
I will
We'll figure it
investigate
out eventually.
the mace and the body.
So as you guys wake up, Astrum, from the fight that just took place,
doesn't have it.
Rashira on the ground, slain by an arrow on the neck by the mighty Shoal, as well as loose jewels hanging all on the floor. Oh god, yep, that's 4 dead henchmen on the ground laid across some part of the inside of the, I guess, compound would be burned in places. The table was burned entirely. Different parts of curtains. You guys are now beginning to wake up and shake up after the incredible battle that just took place. However, Rabideau is still slumped over one of the dead half-orcs that is slumped immediately over on top of them. Moving over to the side, Ruby shunk off the dead body that was present along Rabideau's armor and begins to look over a little bit. Bloodbond, you're standing tall. Night Shadow, you are still alive, but burly. And that is all that remains of the room right now. You can still hear the smackling of chains outside. I guess slaves still tied to their posts. You can hear some ribble rabble outside the compound. Apart from that, you guys now stand. A still moment. Clear.
I will pull myself together now.
Shoal's still behind the curtain. But
Ravino, what is happening?
As immediately the bits and sharp pieces of Rabideau's armor begins to attach to form knees, hands, and legs as it begins to slowly recombine into Rabideau, and I guess that's what happens from across the room itself.
I'm standing beside Ravno, like,
Be not afraid. 'Tis normal for me.
Not for us.
and why is that?
What magic is this?
Yeah.
Tis magic. Tis magic. Forgive me, it has been many years since I have been required to explain such things. I take the mask off my face and you see the black skull underneath.
I'm like, ah!
Oh, what the
I do not drop my mask.
Shoal's still hiding
Back
behind the curtain.
That's metal as heck.
By the way.
And having done this, I will replace the mask because I think you get the point.
So are you undead?
Do I look undead?
Yes.
Yes!
Then I must be undead.
Very much so.
Ruby starts shaking.
Be not afraid.
I'm not afraid.
Could I roll for Arcana to see, like, recognize this kind of magic? Or, I don't know. Or, like,
With disadvantage.
oh, interesting. I would do on this table. With this lucky.
This is something that is very extremely rare.
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter. Okay, so it's a
What are your
4.
rolls, damn it?
It was a 4, and then it's a 15, so it's gonna be a 4.
Yeah, you don't recognize this before. You know some subtle magics
Mm-hmm.
of how particularly an undead person can come back to life, but not this type.
Mm-hmm.
This looks more less arcana, more religious in nature.
I will answer any questions you have.
Ruby just like walks away and goes to the dead body and rips off the scale. Like,
So if you go over to the
Yeah.
body of Rashira on the ground, you can see this large, almost black reddish necklace that hangs above. You can kind of see just the simple size of it is the size of your hand. As you begin to reach down into it, you can kind of feel like this warm heat that begins to resonate, and as you begin to grab onto it, it feels hot to touch, even to your touch. And as you begin to extend off it, you can see lower casts of scales begin to wrap around the neckline almost.
okay. So I ripped it off, or okay. Continue.
I'll go pick up the mace.
I was gonna go to you and be like, so what are you? This is interesting. Like, this is not something you just not talk about. Like,
I am Raveno.
half elf, you know, gnome. Like, what?
Taller than a gnome.
What did you used to be? Like,
I do not know. But I am Raveno now. I'm no harm to you.
If you don't have lips, how do you make noises?
'Tis magic.
asking the real questions.
Ah!
Are we supposed to take this head?
Confuses and enrages me.
Head,
be enraged.
guys.
Oh, of the lizard.
Of the lizard. Of the other dragonborn.
Dragonborn, not a lizard.
Your dragonkin.
That will prove what we have done.
I mean, that orc I made shit his pants. Like, he should be the proof that we did it.
Is the armor's all broken and stuff, I assume? Nothing.
Well, it is
She only got
still
shot in the
made
neck.
from gold itself. Like,
Oh.
it is very.
Oh, it's made from gold?
It's precious.
Collect the gems that fell off the mace.
I guess, oh god, Ruby's like, I'm sorry, and like takes up his sword to cut off the head.
Is he gonna do it?
Yeah, he's
Oh
gonna
my
do it.
god, really? I thought you wouldn't do that.
No, we were told
Where did our
to
little
bring
friend
the
go?
head.
Well, I mean, you could have asked any one of us to do. You're like
Raveno, as you begin to look around, you could see no trace.
Why? Because
of
Red
Shoal.
Dragonborn are related.
Shoal.
I did roll a natural 20
know,
on the high
I
check.
know.
I don't know where you are.
Did you guys see that shot Shoal did?
By the way, what if I cast Identify on my cloak? What is it?
If you
Tell
cast
me.
Identify on it,
Yeah.
you can tell that this is a robe of magics. Gives you +2 to intelligence, charisma, or wisdom.
God damn.
Or
Like my
eight.
score?
Or-
Like a passive just +2
Yeah,
in my score?
passive
Holy
plus
shit.
two.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Not for
Damn.
all three, but for one.
Yeah.
Whatever your
What
cast.
do you choose? Okay.
So
Which is
I-
good because I only have 15. You only have 15.
I call out to Shoal.
The battle is done. 'Tis safe.
Shoal.
I just burst out of the curtain.
Ah!
It makes me good at magic. The magic code makes me smarter.
I kneel down to Shoal's level and put my paw on Shoal's shoulder.
Giant paw.
Shoal, this was a slave keeper. We need to find the keys and free the slaves locked up outside. With no keeper, those slaves are free people.
I don't know. It makes me smart.
I rolled a 16 to cut off the head.
So as you begin to lurch forward with your,
Yeah.
I think it's a longsword, yeah?
I
Did you meet?
put my hand over Shoal's eyes for a second.
I was just going to forget
As you begin to like,
pile of bones.
trace up and down with the longsword in front of you. You begin to like 1, 2, and just slice immediately through cleanly as the head comes off with a rush of fresh blood.
I need to go find a bag to put this in now.
Yes.
If we carry it, they will let us leave without any fuss.
I have a backpack for you.
So
So what?
Bloodmaw, I believe you were checking around for the maze itself.
Yeah, the mace, the jewels that fell off it.
Ugh.
As you begin to look forward across the room for little bits of gems and pieces of the mace itself, as you begin to look down at them, they don't feel as heavy and they seem lackluster around the ground.
I'll collect them anyway.
I guess I'll grab.
Should I just say bag of minor gems?
I would say bag of gems.
I guess I'll grab this golden carapace that's covered in blood.
Yeah, as you begin to lift it up.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Damn it. As you begin to lift it up with your hands, sort of unbuckle it, you begin to extend your legs a little bit further, getting ready to
Yeah.
lift the giant piece. But
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, as you begin to stretch forward, and like 1, 2, and it just goes way faster up immediately than you had anticipated.
Yeah.
And it's almost like when you carry a suitcase that you think is really full of stuff, and you think you're really strong for a second, you just go.
So it's very light.
It's extremely light.
Oh.
Can you, Shoal? Can you cast Identify on this?
Yeah, I got one left.
Okay.
My breast off.
So,
Same thing in Goblin.
as Shoal's arcane eyes begin to peer over the metal in front of you, you actually notice that it is not magical in any way.
Interesting.
No magic. Just
Why is it so light?
special
Garbage.
material.
Maybe.
Maybe it's not real gold. I don't know.
Strike it. Probably bend.
As you smash it with the pommel end of your longsword,
Yeah.
it doesn't dent.
Ah, perhaps not so garbage.
Alright. And I put, I guess, the carapace away, you got the head, and like Ruby just like wide-eyed just walks out of the tent.
I have frightened him.
Could I do a quick, in case we didn't do it, a quick perception to see if there's any other items just that you had before, just like lying there in case?
I'll rummage through the pockets of the guards.
Like a magic warlock thingy.
Like a magic
Doesn't even
warlock
matter.
thingy.
Doesn't even matter.
Or that thing I didn't perceive earlier.
Yeah. 7 plus perception. Oh, it's a 10.
You won't notice to find some things lying across the ground. You've managed to find about 7 crossbow bolts, 1 broken crossbow. You find a chain shirt that's on the ground that one of the half-orcs wore. Yeah, you do see just onto the side of... You see like a little piece of paper that's sticking out from Rashira almost. Apart from that, you can't really tell.
Can I just go grab that?
Sure. And if you need to reach for it, you just grab it. It seems to be bent too. And you just put it immediately close to you.
Okay.
It's in your possession.
Okay, cool. Can I read it? Or should I just...
Well, it's closed.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Sorry. Okay, sorry. I didn't hear that part.
Why can't I read this? Why can't I read this? What treasures do you need?
Oh my god! Why are secrets?
Alright, she puts it away.
The old paper, tell me your secrets.
Alright.
Okay.
I can say nothing. Ruby's not here.
Oh, yeah.
I know I made fun of you.
I'm gonna open the paper now, so then, yeah.
Yeah, as you open it up, you start to notice that it's actually a receipt.
Oh.
These people were to be taken to.
Oh.
They were to be taken to.
The Wizard of Oz.
With the Wiz is a slaver?
Yeah, that's just...
We gotta kill him.
So harsh.
I got no time for that shit.
Yes, you notice that they were taken to the broken pillars. They were supposed to be taken to a small little band called Broken Pillars.
Okay.
Just outside of Zadesh.
Zadesh?
Oh, I think it's not actually called Zadesh. But yeah, I think it's called Zazen, actually.
Zazen?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I know Zazen.
Z-A-S-E-N.
Z-A-S-E-N. Zazen? And is that on the other side of that desert you mentioned before?
Yes, it is. It's just on the periphery of the desert.
And
But you notice that, as well as you notice a collection of other names that are just slightly above it. These people appear to have owned, for a brief period of time almost, seems like about a day on the receipt package, they were owned by another person by the name of Leolar Thorns.
Noted. So we need to kick his ass.
I would like Ruby to make a history check.
History check. Oh. I'm not in the room right now.
Oh yeah, you didn't even. Fuck, never mind. Sorry. Fuck it. I don't know why I said that shit.
Shoal's trained in
Okay.
history.
Pardon?
Shoal's trained in history.
It wouldn't matter because it's just being read off of Aisha.
Alright.
I would like to investigate, look for keys or gold in the pockets of our slain foes.
Please give me an investigation check, please.
I'd love to.
Ooh.
19.
You managed to find some more pieces. You notice the battle axe present on the ground. It seems to have a little bit more of a sheen to it. You notice as you look at it a little bit further that it seems to be a +1 battle axe, which is very, very good.
I almost missed that.
You notice that all of them individually have a little bit of a jingle in their pockets. You've managed to find 350 copper pieces. Very, very nice chain shirt that one of them is holding. 2 of them are holding gemstones. And you do see a name on the inside of. Sorry. Keep looking at it. I don't know why I can't remember this name. Rashira. You look over at Rashira, you find another message present there.
Okay.
And you identify it immediately on the side. It looks to be a message from someone named Aldusa Saltwood. Which immediately perks up your interest immediately. As you begin to look at it, your eyes begin to widen a little bit more and your ears perk up. This is a Knoll name.
Odessa
Aldessa Salt Boot.
Salt boot.
Is there salvageable armor?
A lot of it seems to be mostly destroyed. I mean, there
Yeah.
was one nice chain shirt
We
that's-
had
that
two-
seems to be
yeah.
not destroyed.
We had 2 chain shirts.
We have 2?
Mine's nicer.
I know, like, they're still inside, but, like, when I'm outside, are there still guards running around or anything?
Nope, you just notice like a half-closed gate and a whole bunch of tracks leading up to the door.
Are the
itself.
slaves still there?
Slaves are still there.
I'm gonna start, like,
Wait,
breaking
did you
their
find
chains
keys?
and let them out.
Yes, you did find keys.
Yeah, I'll toss you the keys.
I'm outside.
We've come
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
the
we're
door.
outside.
So-
Okay.
When I've done
So as Sluglock
investigating.
grabs the keys that are inside of the machine, you just hear something behind you, like a little bit of a jingle as
Yeah.
keys are thrown outside. You see some of the slaves that are looking over, just being like, keys.
Alright, so I go grab the keys and I start unlocking all the chains.
What was the reference to Aldessa Salt Boot? Was
Yeah.
it a receipt or letter?
It seems to be in a letter.
Okay, good, read it.
What language is here?
Knoll, Orc, Common, Abyssal.
This seems to be in Abyssal. As you read it over to the side, it more or less contains like instructions for a particular rite that you're not really familiar with. It seems to be almost like a it seems to be almost like a prayer.
Okay. Hey, Shoal. Shoal is still here? Do you speak Abyssal? And I repeat that in Abyssal.
No. If we sit down for a bit, I have my magic that runs dry. But if we rest, then I can use magic to read.
Okay. I'll hold on to this for now.
Got some interesting books.
As you start going over to the saw, you're starting to start unlocking
Mm-hmm.
slaves. Some of them, like their wrists, have just seemed to be cut from the amount of iron that's present and how thick it was. You do notice that a lot of them seem to be elvish or dwarfish.
Mm-hmm.
Some humans that are around, some hobgoblins, but
Okay.
only one goblin that comes to the side. He almost got like a football size
Yeah.
head. You can just see them immediately. They're a little bit shorter.
How many slaves total?
Total about 20 square.
And some humans and hobgoblins.
Yes.
And,
You do see
and one goblin.
and one goblin.
And he has a football head.
Can
Yeah,
I-
he has like a foot.
Are there any identifying marks that like Shoal would recognize what sort of area or what?
You do notice one. You notice the goblin on the side has a orange face print present on the side. And the goblin that's present, like they're dressed like almost dark leathers. They got more brown on them, and they seem to be kind of really young.
Would I even need a like history check to understand what the handprint is?
Oh yeah, it's Nimblog clan.
Nimblock?
Yes.
When I undo the locks for the goblin, I kneel down before him and I say, do you know the dwarf named Bardus?
Do you know dwarfish?
Oh, no, I'm talking to the goblin.
I know. Do
Oh.
you know dwarfish?
Well, I say that.
Dwarven, not dwarfish.
Well, I say that in common to him, but I do know dwarfish.
Yeah, they immediately just begin to talk to you in dwarfish.
Okay.
Kind of this almost raspy little voice, like, Boris. Talk to Boris.
Are you safe with Bardus? All right, I'll take you to him. And I take the little goblin's hand.
Immediately, like the moment you
Got
try to
that
grab,
head?
his hand,
hand.
it like
No.
immediately just recedes it away.
The dragon
All
board.
right.
Aisha has it.
Oh, you have it.
I have it. It's
Oh,
in here.
lovely.
Sold
Wait.
it one in the bottom. Oof.
Yeah, we put it in the bag, and I didn't want to carry it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's
What
respectful.
would
Don't worry.
like the relation between the Nimblogs and the Tower of Mystics be, if any?
More or less, you know Nimblogs to be kind of really violent and not too commonly accepted on other goblin clans.
Okay.
But as you take a short look at the disposition of the goblin that's present, can you please give me like an insight check? Well, you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you show. Not probably you'd be able to tell. But you spend a lot of your time in Lakereach,
Yeah.
so you probably go. So.
That's a 16.
19.
So you two would be able to immediately tell this isn't like an Elidrat's Waste goblin or one that was present outside. This was a goblin that was born and raised in Lakereach.
Okay.
It doesn't have the demeanor, it doesn't have the hunched shoulders of someone ready to attack or defend. It has the more or less city swagger of a person who's been around here for a while.
I asked the goblin his name.
Petra.
Petra? Okay. Well, Petra, if you come of us, we'll return you to Bardus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to decide that way, like, you know, in Goblin. Or first in common, I think. Like,
You're not from Waste, you speak Goblin?
Fuck yeah.
Does he sound excited about that?
No, he's not really.
Okay.
Alright, well then, I'm in Goblin now. Well then, if... Look, not that, of course, freeing you from your binds is by any means something that we are, that you owe us for at all. I'm not going to imply anything like that, but perhaps you might be able to tell us if there's anything about Bardus that might be of use to us. We have, well, shall we say, just a small amount of dealings with him, and we're a little bit new in town. I've never been around this way personally. Is there just anything you might be able to tell us? I think if you're allied with Bardus, it really does sound like he's someone who cares about the community, and certainly, if that's the case, I think we could perhaps be allies.
Probably. One thing about Bardus. Good man. Bad first impressions.
He immediately begins to like move over and begins to scuffle as he begins to like trace his way along the compound almost, and he kind of sees a square dagger on the ground as he begins to like shuck it onto the side of his right piece of armor, and then begins to find more of them as they begin to go. He begins to like walk immediately over to the small little chest that's just outside. Yeah.
Are the slaves like free?
Yeah,
fleeing?
like a lot of them.
Fleeing,
A lot of them are staying put where they are right now.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't really want to move. They don't really know why you're here. They know that they're being freed, but they don't know how to get out.
Okay.
So as we begin to walk, you can see this goblin begin to move forward as he sees this large treasure chest in front of him, and as he immediately goes forward, takes one of the daggers, jams it immediately into a lock, twists to the side, it just kind of flings open as it's just full of stuff. And you can see like half of his body just ducks underneath the treasure chest, and the other half of his legs like kicking outside on the side immediately as he begins to grab like a couple of earrings off the side of what looks to be like a golden tooth, as he begins to like put it on the side of his ears, and shoves it in. He's like, "What are you doing with these guys?"
In what language did he say this?
Goblin.
Okay.
Talking to specifically to Shoal.
Okay.
To me specifically?
Yeah.
Well,
Not really sure actually. My master, Ladsgra, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Tower of Mystics at all, but fairly high-ranking member of that. I'm her apprentice. We found ourselves, while we were investigating, what was that mansion called again?
Helkin.
We were investigating Helkin, and once again, not really sure what happened, but we found ourselves incapacitated in some way, and I woke in this prison cell, and I suppose I've been traveling with this lot ever since. What are you called? What is Egrith?
Noel?
No, right. No friend, Egrith. I know they've had dealings with my master in the past. I think they had been, maybe diplomatic dealings, moots and such. That seems to be the extent of their friendship. They all seem rather trustworthy sort. Of course, we all sort of got a bad first impression about Bardus, and you said that they're a little bit prickly at first. But once again, our dragonkin here, Ruby, has sort of heard of him, so we felt inclined to check this whole situation out. They've helped us with all this I suppose I'd probably be alive right now if it went to a lot of them.
That's good. And he just begins to like straighten out his jacket almost. He begins to put on more boots. You can see like a lot of the stuff that he was wearing previously was not so good looking.
Yeah,
As
slave
he started,
ranks.
yeah, it's slave ranks. But now it seems to be that he's a little bit more higher ranking immediately, as he's got like gold around his ears and
How did he find himself enslaved?
gold
anyway?
earrings. As he begins to like put more daggers in the side of it, you can kind of tell he has like 6 or 7 daggers just on him now.
Yeah.
Now as he begins to get armed up the teeth, you can tell he's still quite young.
Clean up rather well, don't you?
I'm alright. He begins to extend. So he's like,
Puff out the chest.
Yeah.
he's just like straight down. He just begins to fluff him out. Like, go to get the bodies. He never yelled at. Anywho,
I do also turn to the other side.
Friend Petra say that bad is good, just bad, first meeting.
As the goblin moves forward, and he's like, okay, right, well, I'll he like begins to do finger guns. He's like, I'll see you later. And he begins to like just grab the other side of the wall. He just begins to start climbing the other side of the wall.
To know you don't want accompaniment.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
All right, I suppose we'll see you.
Should we
See
find
right now.
Laskra?
As he begins to extend on the other side, you can kind of be like this. Ah! On the other side. And you can kind of hear more like this ruffling on the other side.
Alright,
He's
you
like, you
quiet
son of a
systems over
bitch! He's like, no, I didn't mean it. You can hear like this scuttling onto the side of almost like these footfalls on the other side. So he begins to walk closer over to the gate, and you can see Bardus slowly beginning to walk through the other side of the gate, and he's like holding this one by the scruff as he continues to go through. He just throws the goblin on the ground. He's like, you sit.
Give me the head.
And the guy,
I tossed the head.
and Petra immediately just sits down to the side. Simon sits down. He's like, oh, fine. And
Wind
Barney
arm.
begins to like funnel in with 3 other members, and he's like, oh, this is good. This is very good. How many? Just begins to count the slide. He's like, oh, this is good. This is good.
Wind arm. And I just throw the head at his feet.
Just the head or the bag?
Oh, it's in the bag. It's in the bag.
No, I take it out.
Oh,
I
you
take
did?
it out of the
Okay.
bag.
Ooh,
Yeah,
wow.
you throw the kind of soppy head mess over to
Yes.
cross, and it rolls across the dirt sand in a bar.
The blood price has been paid.
And he immediately opens up one foot, and it just stops directly at his heel. And he's like, all right, this is good. This is very good.
What do you intend for these people?
Intending to work for me. Jesus.
So they're free now
Okay.
then.
Why would I? Yes, for pay.
Slavers often kill each other.
Well, I wouldn't send you on.
Rushiera would have.
Yeah, well, she's no longer a problem, is it? And he immediately, with all of his might, just kicks the head across the off to the fence and onto the ground.
Oh,
The mask doesn't change expression.
Yeah.
But I have this head can. And it means I'm smiling.
Yeah.
I'm so totally awkward with that. I'm like, that's someone's head.
You can kind of tell with, like a blood smear onto the ground and a kind of sopping wet thump. It just hits the ground. And I mean, he's like, all right, I want all of them. I want some of them tailoring. I want some of them stoneworking. We'll make sure they all get peace. Oh, maybe. You can
I want
just
to fucking insight
tell
check
he's
too,
kind of just doing interior calculations in his head immediately.
just to
Do
make sure that
insight?
his
Yeah, I want to do
intentions are
insight
legit.
Yeah.
too.
Because if he's full of shit, I'll do him like we did the last one.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm not allowed 17.
18.
He is telling the truth, but right now he is far too interested in doing mental math in his head. He's like, oh,
But he has good intentions for these people.
12 copper pieces a day.
Good, because we're like half dead guys.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
We need somewhere to rest.
yeah.
Probably be somewhere to around 30 gold. He just gonna keeps doing mental math, and he's like, hey, any of you, is anybody good at anything here? And you can kind of tell it's in this like, be like, oh, I'm good at like carpentry. I was like, I used to work as a tailor before I came here. And like one of the elves is just like, I can routinely blow things up. And he's like, you're over here. You're over here. You're coming with me.
Oh my goodness.
And he just begins to like, he's like, all of you go to the south end of the building. We'll make sure everybody gets okay. Okay, well, find what you need to get out. Just get rid of me and I will for fuck's sakes. You kind of tell as he like goes to the side. He just begins to like clawing his nose almost. He's like, disgusting. Alright, and he just begins to like nudge the goblin meeting up to the side. He's like, "Scalag, you little shit!"
Ruby goes up to.
To the side, and the goblin you want to do is Petra is just,
Yeah.
just like, "What? I did what you asked." And for the first time, he speaks common. The dwarf kind of moves to the side. He's like, "Right, you got me that second. And now I would like to hear what it is. Get me to the other side of the gate, so I don't have to deal with these pissant guards. So you can go into the Silverlips district and just take what I want." And Goblin just kind of looks at him for a minute. It's like, "But I got caught last time." And telling his Bardus immediately turns down and gets down on both legs, even almost insulting from a dwarf doing this to a
Yeah.
goblin. As begins to move down, he's like, "I don't care. You're valuable. Get home, there's dinner waiting." And he just like, slaps him on the side of the face, and the goblin begins to like run for the hills immediately. They offer the side flailing. He's like, "Right."
So, we got your blood debt.
Uh-huh.
It's like, so we are now permitted to enter the Silver District.
Well, from my end, yes. You cannot be allowed to go to the gates and pay the knights however much you want.
Give me Aisha's blood.
Yeah.
Why? She did her book.
Because we paid your blood debt. You don't need this blood now from her.
It's so valuable.
Give it.
Persuasion check, please.
I'm gonna. Oh.
She goes, yeah. She goes,
Should be
"Oh,
okay.
A
Yes,
persuasion?
another companion not
Should
with
be good
us.
at that.
all right."
It's a charisma-based skill.
Skra and her other ward.
I want some persuasion.
Try not to say it out loud.
Why am I
P
so-
for
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
P for persuasion.
For persuasion. I got a 16.
He's like, ugh. Fine. As he immediately just like tosses it over
Catch
the
it.
edge almost. You can tell that half of it's missing.
Ew! Ew!
What the?
Ew!
What did you do
Dude,
with
Wait,
half the
you're
blood?
expecting me not to use it once I've had it.
For what?
What did you use it for?
I just made a smart little deal.
Okay, no freaky clones though, I swear to God.
What is a clone?
And what defines as freaky?
That's gonna be
That's
cloning.
freaky.
Cloning would be a botany.
That world. Yeah. Okay.
Just a
It's nothing unusual. I just had a little bit of a deal that I just needed to settle, and your blood was weird, so I wanted to get it.
A deal with whom?
Some schmuck, Silverlips district, wanted to come down here, wanted to trade some little bit of crew.
Called what?
Some idiot. What was his name? Ugh, I think his name was, Quillet? Quillet, I think?
Was a gnome?
No. Certainly most not no.
What's their name?
Quillet.
Quillet.
He asked me for it. I gave it to him. There's not really much more than that.
Why only half?
Because I wanted to keep the other half.
So,
Maybe it could be used into a perfume. Maybe
Aw.
something valuable.
Aww.
Maybe it would be tasty in iced tea. I don't know.
Alright. Not really.
Ruby's just gonna like give him a wide girth and start walking out.
Oh, don't you give me that face. As you immediately begin to walk out. Bart is just like, oh, whatever.
But if you were to call it perfume, what would you call it actually? Just out of curiosity.
Odd.
This guy doesn't kick back.
But
God.
the good news is that I managed to secure it for a good trading transfer of the Silverlips. It doesn't really matter what it is. But if you guys wish to try and pay your way through the guards, I won't stop.
won't help either.
Oh, I didn't say that. I said I won't stop.
Extortionist.
Go on.
Oh, I'm not an extortionist. I'm helpful. What have you done the last 20 days?
We
I
killed a
literally
slaver
beheaded your
today.
enemy.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's reasonable. Maybe I was a tad bit overlooking that. But, let's see. I could, perchance, if you would like to do another deal, I would be more than willing. Don't give me that face.
Okay.
It's a
well,
perfectly reasonable offer.
feel we
You're
didn't
not
pay
going to
more.
find a better offer around. You do a
Okay.
job, I get you through things. It's really quite simple. It's not like I'm hoarding it for my own sort of personal will.
Go on. You're being very noble.
For a scumbag.
He really noticed me for a second. He's like, scumbags are useful. They like get from one
Yeah,
place
you
to
have to
another.
store your scum somewhere.
There was a small cat.
Bag.
In a vial, maybe? I don't know.
We're just like,
I do have another thing you could do in order to assist me and the people around here.
Oh, noble scumbag, please tell us what you want.
It's going to be my name from now on. I hope people my name is Scumbag.
Noble scumbag. 'Tis a compliment.
This is not helpful.
You do not argue when called scumbag. So name stick.
All right, Shorty. Name it.
good boy.
Very well.
Thou art a good lad.
There was a shipwreck just outside of Lakereach. Some of them managed to flee here. Apparently it belonged to one of Goldie's trading ships. They managed to sink, which is just very sad. And now, there's apparently some rescue mission that's about to go down. Maybe pick up some extra nice booze. I would like to take that booze before they get there and sell it back in a nice surgery suite. And that I mean sell it to their constituents so that I can get more money from them. Because they don't have a recipe, which I was told is on this list. So, I know that it's going to be hard, but I would like to go get it. Be very nice. If you get this, I will make sure that I can get you into the Silver List district. With a nice little cut of yourself. The special cast of 1313 Distillery, present within the ship itself.
So, do we bargain with the noble scumbag?
He gives you just the hardest side eye.
Do we
Ever.
I
really?
tilt my head at him.
His last deal, the payoff wasn't that great. He implied that it would get us entered to the city, and it did not. It just
I
meant he-
made no such offer. I said you would get past us.
Extortionist.
Do we really want to work for the socialist again?
Yeah.
You make it sound as though you're not going to make any money from this. I didn't ask for any
How
treasures that you
much?
killed in there. Truth be told, you can keep whatever you find in the ship. I'm only after that one cat. That's really it. That's all. I just want that cat.
I have a quick world building question. If I was trying to get access to help, I would have to go farther through the district, correct?
You'd have to actually go out of the district and then come back in.
Okay.
It's just outside.
Like, how far? Oh, so I would have to
Yeah, we
leave
walked past the
Lakereach to do
shipwreck
it?
on our way
Not
down.
the
Yeah.
shipwreck. I'm not interested in the shipwreck. I want to talk to Nan's dad.
Oh, that guy's like 2 districts in.
So I do have to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, there is other ways that you may have not tried yet. But
Like actually paying.
But just like
Sewers.
We just collected a bunch of stuff.
technically, I'm just trying to make sure.
Yeah.
not technically for you.
Newly
I don't
crowned
know
royal.
what the
You
copper
were given
gold
special
conversion is, but I
Hmm.
think it was 50 copper.
Oh shoot.
Aisha,
I have 25 gold because I'm
Yeah.
noble.
Aisha, if you recall,
Yes.
Although I think,
there are some sort of
was there a thing
people-eating creatures
where
there.
everybody's
The
background
crabs.
gave us copper pieces instead of gold pieces, or just those who are actually
Just
from the
just
area?
within Lakereach itself, Lakereach only deals in companies.
Perhaps we can bypass this whole disaster. I would negotiate with the guards. There's something I have yet to confide in you. The silence is palpable.
Let's
You're full of surprises today.
Wait.
Bartis immediately looks towards this and he kind of seems a little bit more interested with a large grin. Like, go on, please.
shall we go
No, I
outside?
will discuss this with my allies. You are not proven.
So do we all like walk out of range?
Very well. Have fun in this lovely little shack. I heard it's a lovely little tourist attraction. God forbid if I try to help. And he just like walks away.
What a scumbag.
But noble.
that was glorious. I'm sorry.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry.
I've been waiting for my moment. That was it.
Well, let's hear your plan.
Helcom lives farther in. I need to bypass the districts as well. But it's possible that I may be able to secure passage for myself and those accompanying me.
How?
I am lately sent by the Order of Balances. Perhaps this means nothing to you.
Not at all.
For the most part, 'tis a clerical order, but there are paladins among us as well. I have served them for many years.
He's like grinding his teeth. Go on.
You,
Yes, I know.
have a distaste for clerical orders?
I have a distaste for undead.
I am the only one of my type.
Doesn't change anything.
It changes many things.
I'm pretty cool with the vampire.
Yeah.
I'm not cool with vampire either.
Oh.
Ruby specifically said to someone, I'm gonna kill that vampire.
When in Curtain, did someone kill you and get back up? Do you turn undead while in Curtain?
I have been undead for many years. At any rate, it's possible that these credentials may allow us to pass the gate without any further dealings with Bardus.
On the other,
He's a bag of scum.
yes.
He cannot be trusted.
On the other hand, I feel
You would not be party with the undead.
I was speaking, you vile creature.
You were speaking poorly,
Yeah.
thou ignorant.
One time, my parents said go to shop and spend money on bread, but I steal bread and I keep money and I buy spinning top. I have secrets too.
You're a good lad, Shulrolar.
I feel no guilt about extorting an extortionist. Apparently, this recipe is valuable. Perhaps, if we collect it, we could sell it back to him and get as far as we need to.
Okay. Yeah.
The first good idea Ruby's ever come up with.
Yeah, I usually I'm up for that. Like, yeah. I don't want like half a cut. Just do the whole thing.
We need to rest before we can.
Yeah,
That is true.
I'm like dying. I forgot.
Maybe I heal before finding
Just find last girl.
she'd be not happy if I like this.
True, it seems we did not take the best care of you.
I will heal you for the rest of the points that I have.
Just fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah.
Well, that's still leaving me with 4.
That 4 damage. Well, I also have lay on. Wait, not lay on hands.
What's it? What's the
I think I also have. Wait, do I have cure wounds? I
How many
don't-
spell slots do you have left?
You can't have any. You're a
Yeah.
paladin.
Oh,
You used bless.
yeah, I have none left.
Yeah, you have nothing.
Well, I can still use lay on hands.
But yeah.
Yeah.
For 5 points.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna find a place to rest.
I have a spell slot left.
Where the hell would that be?
Yes.
Rest in this. Dirty slum. These poor people.
Perhaps Lasra has gained some favors.
Let's go find Laskara.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it. Let's do
So, we head off in
that. We just, yeah.
I just need to like, can you guys give me some checks to figure out where Law's from? A little bit of investigation.
My
Yes.
guess is she probably would have
19.
stayed there the whole
13.
time.
13.
She wouldn't move around and like
minus
make people have to
1,
look for her.
12.
I didn't know that, so
retcon?
Yeah, she wouldn't go anywhere. Like if
So you guys enter back
Okay, so
back
we're
into
fine
the first area that you entered into Shantytown a little bit more further. You can see that Lazarus is still around talking to people,
Yeah.
getting a little bit. They collect with
Do
Lazarus'
you
names.
do you want me to roll a persuasion check or something to see how much I learned from these people?
Yeah, do we need
Yeah,
like
sure.
do we need a minute just to catch up with what was
Yeah.
happening in Lazara?
Can you give me a?
Oh yeah, should we just take like a couple minutes to say what's been happening with her?
Yeah.
She's basically just been hobnobbing and using what.
Hobnobbing?
Yeah, she's a hobnobbler.
You broke him.
I don't know what I expected.
That's beautiful. I love
Trying
it.
to.
Okay.
Basically, her MO in these situations is to just kind of, meet people where they're at. Try to. It's not like she doesn't have a lot of money right now, but try to get people like a little bit of food, maybe some drinks in them. Just pretty much have plausible deniability that she's just being a humanitarian. As far as any of the more other like actual people with status are concerned, but is really just trying to get as much information about the political landscape of the town and about like what the social situation is like. Just as much information as she can that would have made it to street level.
You can tell, like, just simply from the. Can you give me? Actually, I'm not going to give you roll for this. You can tell that there are mainly 5 types of people that come through this area of town. You're able to tell that there's about 5 different sects. First sect are like Mabara slayers that kind of like work through different towns. They kind of are more or less contractors of slayers and beasts. If they're in this area right now, they are not particularly down to their luck. There's not a lot of things to hunt here. They are in a state of just not a lot of work being found. Most Midway Slayers have done something that's one of the more higher castes of monster hunting. Additionally, you were able to tell that there are some excommunicated members of the Thieves Guild that operate inside the Goldies districts. They more or less work and function between the plutocracies of stealing pieces of art, bits of culture, and stealing between noble families. If they're here, they've been mostly disgraced or caught and not killed, and brought here as a token of shame.
Okay.
The Scourge, which you are...
And like in these sort of shantytown districts.
As well as like a lot of merchants, a lot of different types of craftspeople, a lot of poor artists that can't really get their work put through the other side. This is very much an artistically driven town, and a lot of the times, like, farmers are rare, butchers are rare, and that type of work is more or less looked down upon.
In like the whole sort of landscape of the town.
Yeah. Because like anybody can cook, anybody can make that type of stuff. So anybody can be a farmer, nobody can do things like that. That's kind of the philosophy that's present. So it's nice, it's frivolous, but ultimately unpractical.
And so that's probably led to some of the sort of income level inequality, like wealth inequality. Okay.
Farmers that are really good don't stay in this area. They would rather get spat on by goldies than get spat on by people in shanty. Unless, of course, they make something of extreme value, like beer or wine or certain types of food. Nobody's getting raised up to a different level of stature by making the best porridge. You managed to find a lot of things. Some of them are familiar with Silver Quarter, some of them even been up to the Goldie section, but it is kind of rare. A lot of these people, they don't really see a point in leaving the city, because if they leave the city, the chances are far more dangerous outside the city than it is inside the city. You do, however, can you please give me a perception check?
Nope, not good. That's a 2 plus whatever Laska's is, which I don't think is great.
You do overhear some members of the Scourge talking about something very, very particular that they stole recently, and they don't exactly know what it does. But apart from that, you don't really know.
It's that.
And it only hits your ears for a second, even with that low roll. It only hits your ears because it uses this particular type of phoneme or a particular type of sound that is only common in Goblin language.
And so if I were to, like, would I have heard that within enough time to start to, like, sort of pick up on that and, like, focus some of the information gathering on that and see if anybody's heard anything?
Given that role, I'm gonna say that you know something is up, but you don't know how to navigate it. You don't know where to go for
So
it.
it wouldn't be like a separate persuasion roll to try and, like, specifically pry information about that out of people.
Given your role, it's probably only until like about an hour later you heard of it. And by then they were started talking to someone else, so they already left. But you do know they have something.
Okay, and that's about it.
Yeah. When do you want to stop feeling about it? When do you want to stop feeling about it? 8?
Yes.
And these scourge numbers, does Bardus have anything to do with them?
You can give me a little bit of a persuasion check.
Okay. I want to use this one.
You got this.
No.
What is it?
That's like a 6, I think. Or a 5.
Bardus is for sure affiliated with them, but apart from that, you can't really tell.
Even when you cheer for people,
I
their
know.
luck just... You're like,
Yeah,
you
there
got
has
it!
not been a day
That's
for good
terrible.
rolls.
I
Okay,
know.
we need to go find
Healing crystals?
No, not a healing crystal. I need
Okay.
to
Oh my god, this one's an Oklahoma house.
Okay. And so I guess everyone would kind of catch back
a
up
real psychic to get rid of my
with her at
bad
that
luck.
point.
Sorry?
I guess everyone would come back to her.
Yeah. As you guys begin to funnel back into the area that you first went into Chinatown with, you kind of catch up with Losgrar immediately. And you kind of share a little bit of information with her. They're inching this forward.
Losgar, I must show you something.
Oh, yeah.
Do it in private,
Alright.
please.
Naturally. No, I meant to do it
Right,
here,
so
in
what-
front of all of these people.
What have you been up? You all look a little bit roughed up.
Yes, I am
There
very
was
near
a
my death.
scuffle. We had to behead someone.
Scuffle.
With a slaver.
So,
Beheaded.
A slaver.
we were blackmailed into killing the slaver so that we could enter into the deeper city, and then it turned out that that wasn't what we were bargaining for, which was really confusing and slightly enraging.
So.
A noble scumbag.
So. Instead of coming to get me,
Not enough
you
time.
took my apprentice
You,
on an assassination mission.
you should be.
You took
so
my
proud.
apprentice on an assassination mission.
He completed the job.
Didn't even
He has
didn't
proven
prepare
his
spells
worth.
for combat yet.
He has proven his worth, and indeed had the killing blow.
The killing, yeah.
I have never been more impressed or proud.
Can you please have a wisdom saving throw just to figure out if you believe them?
I mean, I don't know if this makes a difference, but Shoal just looks around and is like, I did it? Like, 100%, he took the shot and ran.
Yeah, that's definitely a wisdom saving throw.
He did not.
To
He
figure
did
out if you even
not wait
believe
to see if that
anybody.
connected at all.
We still have that bag.
The bag of the what?
That we were keeping.
Oh,
the head
natural
in.
Well, I did get a
twenty.
natural-
Kicked it off the
Yeah.
fence.
Laz did
That
get a
was
natural
the
20.
head. I
Yeah,
kept
you
the
you
bag.
believe
for the
them,
bag, yeah.
but that small little kernel of disbelief exists in the back of your mind, being like, how the fuck did this fucking happen?
So, I take the bag that the head was in. I took the head out of the bag, if you remember.
Yes,
I-
and you threw it onto the ground, and
That
Barde
was-
kicked it
and
off
that was the
wall.
head,
That
not
was
the
the head.
bag.
Yeah.
So I take the
Have a
bag
bloody
that's still all
bag.
bloody. I take my paw and swirl it around, and I go to Shoal and just press the bloody paw on his face. And be like,
Oh.
"You are blooded.
Oh.
You are a true and noble warrior with a fighter's spirit.
You know?
I'm proud to fight on your side."
And a good lad, besides.
He's a pocket on his face.
So it's just his whole face is just
Yeah,
red
it's
now.
so, oh my god.
It's really gross, nasty
Dragonborn
dragonborn blood.
That's cute. That's cute. It's funny.
The blood of your first victim.
So that is your first kill, isn't it?
Yes.
Fuck me.
Egrith is grinning.
Tell you what, we're not. I'm not sending you off with this lot again. Alright? Well,
You seemed busy anyway. We didn't want
Okay.
to disturb you.
Having started that riot.
so,
There was a bit of a food riot, wasn't
assume
there?
that I do not have my diplomatic training at work. There's only so much you can get down here, but I don't exactly make it a habit to go into a new city without sort of getting a lay of the land first. Well, what I learned is that these people are fucking stupid. They really look down upon tradespeople, cooks, and anything practical that helps keep people alive. Not that I'm exactly a Philistine, but valuing the arts so high above anything practical, then probably the bulk of the whole wealth inequality going on around here. We've got some beast slaves around, and if they're around here, it's because they aren't getting a lot of work. They're quite well regarded among their trade, but if they're here, it's because they're not getting a lot of work. We got a lot of excommunicated thieves guild members that mostly disgraced around these parts. But well, a lot of backstabbing, a lot of political intrigue, and stealing from each other, and it all sounds quite exciting, actually. I suppose that's really the bulk of it. Of course, the Scourge around here. They've got something, and I don't think they know what it is. They got something important, and they're trying to figure out what it is that they've actually got their hands on. So I don't know if a lot of you have been dealing with any Scourge members.
Yes.
Well,
Did you hear the name Bardus?
I've heard it. I got bandied about a few times.
That is the scumbag.
Noble
Noble
scumbag.
Can everybody take a minute to look at passive perception?
14.
Oh wait, mine passive perception is probably like 11 or something.
13 as well.
Losgraf?
Yeah, Laz has a 10 and Shul has an 11.
So you'd be able to see this, Ravno. As you look to the side, you can see just the tiniest bit of something popping just out of the corner. You can see green flesh with golden earrings just on the side, just looking over the side of the corner somewhere, just peering all down at you from a distance.
I do this.
You just immediately like really just like dip in almost, and you can tell that the sun is slowly starting to descend outside the city walls. And it begins to go further into the night. You can sort of see like some of the alleyways of the shantytown begin to light up with torches onto the side. Some parts begin to line up with lights. Some of them chemicals. Some of them torches. You can start to see like there's some areas that begin to almost look like bars. Begin to like open up the front part of their walls. They begin to like strings are being pulled. And the moment that the strings are pulled, this kind of solid wall just begins to like and just immediately set up this little awning with this tiny little bar rail that's on the top. And some people begin to go over and they're like, "Please, I'll have this, please!" And then they immediately just begin to like shovel out alcohol as fast as they can. Some people are opening up rooms right next to, as best as you can tell, lewd body language right next to their doors and windows. It's kind of an odd event at Shantytown during this time. You can see some people begin to come out. Some people are dressed in their nice clothes.
Laskar, in your diplomacy, you wouldn't happen to find us any lodgings, did you?
Yeah, but I've sort of got.
Yeah, you managed to come across
nice
a couple. You came to one as the Brown Castle, which is something that was there like this
Sounds
small
like a
tile
euphemism
and-
for the bathroom.
Yeah.
The Brown Castle. Sit on the throne.
Yeah, the Brown Castle and the wait a minute, I wrote this down, damn it. I wrote this the fuck down. Yes,
Gross.
Rennigan's Kingdom.
Brannigan's?
Rennigan's.
I thought you said
Oh, Brannigan!
I thought you said Bradis's Kingdom. I was like, you. I know what you did.
Welcome to Rickheimer Manor.
Let us go to
Welcome
their.
to Brett.
Let's go to
So I
Brown
probably
Castle.
would have also sent my retainers, like once I figured out where a relatively safe place to get lodgings was, I probably would have sent my retainers to
Okay. Which one do you send them?
secure that. What did I hear? Okay, what do I know about, what do you got? The Brown Castle and Rennigan's what now?
Rennigan's Kingdom.
Okay, what do I know about them?
Somehow, even given the names, the Brown Castle is still the better lodging.
Oh my goodness.
And Rennigan's is actually much more dirty. You've been told that there were bed bugs there, that generally was a bad time.
Oh god.
The
Okay,
Brown
yeah,
Castle
it's the
at
equivalent
least
of bed
has
bugs.
stained beds, but they're comfy stained beds. And they're private.
And Scourge.
Mm.
From what you've been able to tell, it's one of the few 3-story buildings that are present in
Okay,
the
so I
area.
probably would have sent them ahead to secure rooms at the Brown Castle. Yay!
Whoops.
How lovely.
I mean, I'll pack my wash when I get home. Brown Castle.
Yes, as you begin to go through, you can kind of see this large 3-story building. It's much more wider than it is tall as you can just extend out further. It seems to take up an entire city block in its scope and its size. You can tell that there's some lights being present within. You can tell that there's some shitty music that's being played inside. The room mixture is a mixture between like elven and goblin, believe it or not. No, that are present. Elven, hobgoblin, and some dwarves. Some few humans that are present. You even see some city guards that are there, although off duty. They seem to be a little bit more friendly with those who appear rather rich in the district. As you begin to walk through, it seems very busy. You can tell that there's like some bar rail that's present. There's about 3 different things that are served, as well as an extensively long and almost experimental booze shelf.
Is Shoal old enough to drink?
Well, Goblins don't exactly have a drinking age.
Is,
You
Moderation when
he-
they're
he
young,
just-
I guess.
he deserves a round.
Yeah.
As you kind of peek over the entire district, you can see Barnus over on the other side of the corner. You can see Scalag sitting at the stairs. You can see like some others that are present that are aiming crossbows at you, just kind of like placed all around the bar. Some of them are laughing. You can also tell that Strun is there. And he's sitting at the other side of the bar.
Who was
Kind of
Strun again?
Strun was the guy.
You met him on the road.
Yeah, you met him on the road.
Oh, yeah.
The bear-smelling one.
By the way, is there anything, like any enchanting that can actually be done, like simple enchantments that can be done quickly, that I may have, like...
You can do it like over time, but not
Yeah.
like enchantments take a bit.
Yeah, well, for like actual gameplay affecting ones.
Actual gameplay effective ones, you mean like +1 to something?
What about even
or-
like very simple, like, I don't know, someone needs their glasses to be stronger. Or just simple bullshit. Like, is there anything I could have, like
their pharmaceutical glasses to be stronger?
yeah, or
Yeah, there's
I don't
probably
know.
something you could do for that. Yeah,
someone's like sense of smell isn't very good, I can give them
a light little.
because I may have, if I have enchanter's tools, if there's stuff like that I could have done, I probably would.
Give them some like Groucho glasses.
Yeah, so I'd probably, if there's anything that I could have bargained on that respect to get information, then I probably would be spending my evening doing that.
You can tell that like a lot of enchanters that are around here, the 2 or 3 that you met, you did meet one enchanter actually.
Well, I mean, like for me to do, because I have proficiency with enchanter's tools.
Well, I mean, like you can get work here. The problem is that like it's not going to be. You get the type of sense that your services are worth more than the money they can provide.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm talking about like the information I would have gotten.
From
Not
I
trading for
probably-
money, like trading
yeah.
for info and favors.
oh, like what? Like you probably would have been able to get some small enchantments done.
Because that's probably what I would do now. I'd probably have told people, like, you know, meet me in the Brown Castle.
You
whatever.
probably would have been able to like get stains up clothes and like make unbreakable shoes for the drain.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like,
Spell.
that's
Yeah, things like that is no problem.
what that's probably what Laz would now be spending her evening on, and
Okay.
you know, saying hi to people that she have met.
You did meet a couple, like some of them offer to buy you drinks. Some other goblins that are present, like you see one kind of you see some like somewhat handsome, someone pretty hobgoblins that are in the area. They seem mildly attractive. You can see some other people. You can kind of get the sense that because of your dress, they don't feel the need, or they want to talk to you, but they feel kind of like taken aback for a second because it is like quite a lovely dress.
Which I think would have been part of what I was trying to break down. To
Yeah.
begin with. It's that I'm not I mean, I am fancy, but
Yeah. You can tell some of them are giving you the eyes, but like apart from that, they're mostly staying far away because they can tell that they're not. The caste system doesn't really do that type of jazz. Not
So,
here anyway.
I think I've probably made it clear that I don't care about that.
And then we're gonna get Shoal a drink.
Yeah. I think Shoal is pretty taken with Scally, actually. So I think Shoal's gonna be trying to chat up Scally. They're kind of of an age, so.
You kind of see Scally just drinking along the side of the car. Conan, he's like, "Ah, you made it. Good for you."
I did indeed. My companions have informed me that as I sort of took a shot at my crossbow and hid behind a curtain, that it actually I got that fucking slaver right in the throat.
Yeah.
I got a real good.
And they
Sorry, you
got
get my
a little
Shoal voice.
something.
I got a real good.
Was it your first?
Yeah, see this bloody handprint? My friend gave it to me, my no friend. I guess that's what they do. They put blood on your face or something. I don't know. It's no weirder than what we do, I guess.
I guess, and you can kind of tell that they have an orange like handprint that's supposed to be on their face, and you're like,
So they'll chat through the
Yeah.
they'll chat.
Maybe
the
we'll
night away.
chat and swap stories of like combat and little things like that. And Skelly begins to give a few like little tricks that he's learned over his short 6 months of feeding. But along the side, you do see Straw. Straw is present on the side. Is like, "Ah, you made it. It's good." He's over to the side. Over the side, he just turns his back and just begins drinking at the front of the bar. Anything else you guys wish to do? You guys wish to go to bed? You guys wish to hang out on the bar?
I just want to go to fucking bed.
I usually get some beer, but actually go straight to the bed too.
As you really go to the bar, you like flag the bartender down for a very quick drink, grab him for a second. Don't even look at them in the eye. Just grab your beer, throw the change, and just no beer, and just grab the glass and just start walking up the stairs.
Before Ruby went to bed, I would be like, I like your idea of extorting this extortionist. We should perhaps go get this cask of wine and then negotiate a higher price. Because we didn't agree to it yet, so we aren't beholden to him. We could sell that cask to anyone.
I don't know if Laz was privy to any of this conversation, but would 100% be on board with that.
I will have.
Laz fucking loves the idea of just like scumming the scumbag.
And Laskra and Raveno to have a discussion.
I mean, Laz is gonna probably stay up fairly late, like just doing these like little teeny enchantments.
Yeah, so sliding down the bar to Raveno, I'd be like, Raveno, it's cool. I'm pretty okay with the whole bone thing.
Thank you.
There's an ancient ritual in my people where we don't do it anymore.
How long ago?
I don't know. Many generations. We don't do it anymore. Where you take the weakest gnoll and then they are consumed alive by the whole clan and they are reborn into a much more powerful entity to fight in battle. And this was brought to us by a demon who was worshipped as a god by our people. Like I said, that was ages ago. We don't do that anymore. But again, it's cool.
Thank you.
You can see two horrified dwarves listening to this conversation, the same ones that were talking about you previously, as they nudge shoulders and be like, "Let's not buy this person." They just like immediately go to the side and begin to walk away. The bartender is staying noticeably closer away and like shooting aside glances immediately as he tells in the bar.
Is that all you wish to say to me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll see you on the battlefield.
Indeed.
I love that Egress just has no sense of decorum.
No.
So you guys going to bed now?
I am not really. I still have to speak with Losgar, but I'm patient.
I guess we would basically just have our little chat.
I am basically as patient as a stone, right? So I'll just wait. You may recall I must show you something, and we must not do that here. So, finally some kind of vaguely secluded area.
The fish are like flashing.
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah,
Go,
yeah.
just go somewhere or
To
just
our
wait
rooms?
until things are like.
It's like you, me, and the bartender. Okay, let's do it that way.
Oh god.
Alright.
You gotta tell they're like they're like cleaning out a little bit of guardrails. They're like just like you can tell they're focused down, but one ear is definitely pointing in your direction as they're. You can tell that they have a list of quotations that are present on the side of the bar. They're just out of context
Weird
quotations
shit
that they just hear throughout the night, and they're just like silently writing them down.
I can see you.
I can't see you! And just like immediately just takes up. The book and like moves to the side and just continues writing it as they're like stacking up booze.
You are free to write it down. Be seated.
They just like immediately like put up a stool right next to the side of the bar, and they just like peek over at their ears and they just begin writing on the other side of your conversation.
Look! I take my mask off.
Don't do that!
I
As you
fucking do
immediately
that.
turn your and all the bartender just goes, ah! He just like immediately just like grab the book and just immediately run to the side and be like, a dinner in the bar!
Wait, do I know this guy?
No, you do not know.
Not even from my like.
No,
oh,
you do
oh
not
my
know
God.
the city bartender.
Oh no.
As they immediately run outside and
Oh,
they're
no.
like, it's the end of days! The day
My jaw just drops open.
It just falls off.
No, just open.
As they immediately begin to run to the other side, they're freaked out so badly that they knock over the side as you like peek over the side of the bar.
I don't go any further.
They
I
knock,
don't move
they
anywhere.
knock themselves in the doorframe, fall backwards, hit their head on the back of a bucket, and pass out.
Perhaps that was unkind of me. And I turn, and now you see what they saw.
I swear, like I guess cooped up in a town like this, and people have seen
Normal
nothing.
eyelids behind Lazgra have now turned like this.
I put it back on.
Are there
Sorry.
any like famous goblin? Like,
Wait, is
witches?
there are more people? I thought it was just us two and bartender.
No,
Yeah, that's
like,
what we waited
us two in
for.
the bar.
Yeah, we waited for it to become late. so
Yeah, it's
that
still
everyone
late.
kinda
Like there is
retired.
some people. There's like 2 or 3 people.
All right. Well, no one will ever believe you.
Wow.
That's kind of what I expected.
Are there any like tales of like famous goblin liches or anything I could roll like a history check for?
Oh,
or-
that's one hell of a history check.
Is that gonna be a disadvantage or anything?
No, that is that you're
Just a very high DC.
not even necessarily that.
All right.
Because me
It's
and
just gonna
Shoal,
be
I think
cool.
Shoal's still here too. No, what would have happened with Shoal and Skylight? Because I think they just kept chatting for a while.
Yeah, they kept chatting.
Show
As a matter of fact,
got
Skylight
real
is
drunk
passed
and
off,
collapsed.
is passed out, sitting his head right next to the stairs, holding a glass of liquor that is slowly pouring out on the glass.
Heard
of the stairs.
all of that and didn't wake up.
I mean, Shoal definitely kind of has a crush on Skylight, to be clear.
Skylight does that to people.
So I don't know if he's here, but probably not.
Skylight's got a charm to him.
History check. That's a
Probably not
19.
You'd be able to tell that there was one particularly famous hobgoblin. This was like a long time ago, like maybe like 1,000 years ago or so. You know them by the name of Valkyrie, who was present within the area, and as a matter of fact, of the hobgoblin fortresses that are present there, they were the ones that gave life to many of the bugs that see present that give much of the structures.
Have I seen like paintings?
Yes.
How similar to Ravenous Skull Face would these?
Oh,
cool
like
things be?
not even close.
Okay.
Like, Valkyrie had like these long features, kind of droopy at places, very very thin face, very dark complexion.
There's actual face.
And much older even for a hobgoblin. They seem to have like a decorated scars that are present, like striations around the face, almost decorative, but not really something like that.
I know stories about some pretty powerful undead creatures. We've had a few in the waste in our time, but I wasn't anything quite like that.
There are many who have not.
Well, that's pretty clear.
At any rate, it was revealed in the battle. I fell.
Well, that must be embarrassing. People.
Embarrassing, buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
That kind of reminds me. Oh, speaking of embarrassing, should have seen the time when I. You know the story about how they became first protector. So the old first protector, I was new in the tower. Motherfucker just got hit right in the face with a meteorite. So I picked this meteorite up. I'm covered in his blood, and I just walked back to the tower. And, oh, I'm gonna look like it's seen a ghost. They thought I killed him with a meteorite. I was not that strong yet. Anyway,
Lazarus had a few.
an embarrassing way to. Whatever.
End one's career. 'Twas time.
I'll start one, you know. I suppose I got a new one, but we'll seem capable enough. And
I did not die.
I'm sure Ruby will come around. If it don't, I don't give a fuck. Doesn't matter. I'm just, you know, I'm doing me, you doing you, whatever.
You should rest, I
I should
think.
probably get some sleep.
As you guys begin to end the night off, you begin to settle quietly and comfortably into your stained but comfortable beds.
No bed.
You begin to hear like the small little tattering of rats' feet paw across the ground. You hear like little bits of bats and maybe small rodent-like creatures walking around the top part of the roof. You look out for a second, you can see the moon that begins to rise just on the side. You can hear a long wolf howl in the distance as you begin to fall asleep to your slumber.
By the way,
That's
the goblins are not in a bed. They're in they've built a nest again.
And we're gonna end it for today's session of
Woohoo!
Quests and Clues.
We live! This is version 2.
Thank you.
There's some plot happened.
Thank you for watching Quests and Queers.
Some
We
plot.
will be back, and we are taking more and more steps to going live for realsies.
For realsies, yeah.
So special thanks to Toronto Gamers for their technical support. Special thanks to Foxamore for providing the music. Special thanks to Julian for being our volunteer tech today. There he is.
Oh, a tech you can see! What's this blasphemy?
Please subscribe to Quests and Queers. Follow us. Like us. Share us. Spread us around.
We like it.
Make it.
Quests and Queers is comprised of Brett as Bredicus Jones, the Dungeon Master.
And
also-
God!
And the God. We have Jackie playing Aisha. Me, Mark, I play Egress. We have Charlie who plays Ruby. Ada who plays several people, including Lazgra.
And Shoal Rolar! Shoal goddamn Rolar!
Shoal, who kicked ass today.
Awesome.
And of course, Mav, who's playing the walking conundrum Raveno.
Literally playing The Walking Dead.
I've
you
been
for
wearing
watching.
skeleton shirts this whole time for a reason.
Clues.
Dun dun dun!
And remember to keep on questing.
And we're ring.
Stronger together. Thanks for watching Quests and Queers. We will see you next time. See.
I will find you at lunch date.